This is the How Is He podcast, a deep dive into Carlow soccer with Podge and Popa, proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode. We'll go again.
Go ahead, sorry.
Straight away, starting off episode 57, and it's the 57th episode in a row. You started off absolute terribly. Welcome.
Garbage.
There we go again, twice. Do you want to get out? Do you want to keep
No,
going?
no, I'm good. Go ahead.
Like a shit heckler. Welcome to episode 57 of the How Easy podcast. Joined as always by the man beside me and my co-host Paul Popa right here in the fantastic Ampifi studios in the heart of Carlow Town. This week we will look at results, fixtures. Podge versus Popa. We'll discuss that later on. And this is actually our Team of the Year episode, and we have a guest joining us to help pick it. A man who has been involved in soccer a long time. Best known his time with Killree, a club that he was a founding member of back in 2003. 21 years later, and he's still involved as a player and as a manager. As a player and as a manager currently of Killree, this man has picked up multiple silverware. Multiple pieces of silverware? Man, we may get an editor. We may get an editor for this. I can't even write anymore. 2 Division 1 titles, 1 Division 1 Cup, 1 Medbar Cup, 2, which need bring back, I think. But anyway, 2 Division 2 winners, 2 Division 2 Cups, and a few runners up along the way. Fair old CV, but a massive welcome to Micko Salter. Micko, how are you?
Micko Salter.
How's things?
All good, yeah. All good knowing yourselves.
All good?
Yeah, all good.
Is Gavin melting your ear and work all week?
No, he's not actually. Believe it or not, he's Gavin is very quiet when he wants to be. He's very quiet, so he is. But he's on a bit of a high there now today, so he was well. So it's great.
Yeah, for sure, it's brilliant for him. We'll get to the results there now in a second. It is Team of the Year episode, but we can't really move on without discussing your season.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, tough. A long, hard season. Long, hard 2 seasons, really. You know, last year was tough. This year was every bit as tough. The worst thing about this year was, the weird thing, about this year was, we actually probably had one of our better years training wise. I had any amount of numbers training.
Go ahead.
The lads were brilliant. You know what I mean? You're going up training. We train up in Coon actually. So Martin G up there, the lovely Astro up there. So we train up there, and the boys, no bothers of choosing. Gone up you go. This year was probably one, like I said, one of the better years for numbers wise. Just unfortunately, we just didn't have the quality, and that's what it really boils down to, you know. And that's what I said. It was a tough season, but look, after last year as well, you know, last year was somebody screwed up, you know. And for that, we would have probably finished bottom last year, but we didn't finish bottom last year. Unless
slight admin error.
Yeah.
Something like that,
yeah. Look, tough, but sometimes you have to take a step backwards before you take a step forward.
You don't really seem like talking to the outside and here, like I was kind of thinking, Jez, Micko's coming home tonight, the man's going to be absolutely in the gutter. Like you kind of seem that it was a reality, you know, as if it's like, well, you know, I'm not an idiot. I know, you know, I knew it was going to happen, and
definitely.
Like, when is the point where you're like, yeah, we're going down, lads?
I thought at the start of the season, this is going to be tough. This is going to be very tough. And then the boys were training. In fairness, they were brilliant. But we got off to a decent start, like.
Yeah.
You know, we pick up a few points and then it kind of levels out. But you have to be at a certain level in the Carlow Premier League. You know, I was talking to you on the way in there about how good that level has gone up to. And we couldn't sustain it. We just couldn't sustain it. And the massive problem this year was we didn't have the same 11 week in, week out. I don't think there was 2 games in a row we had the same 11. And that just caught up on us. I mean, you're changing everything. And then also, the big thing with me is clean sheets. I think we kept 1 clean sheet all year.
Right.
That was us.
That was them.
In the plots.
In the plots, yeah. No, that was, like, let's be honest, like, kite struck the post, you know, and Matthew made a great save. Well, that was never a penalty, let's be honest. That was 4 yards outside the box.
Popa, was it a penalty?
Oh, my God. I've never... The referee went over to one linesman, came back to the other linesman.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the other linesman said, I can't say that, and it's not my half of the pitch. And I'm cracking up going, this is outside the box.
Do you feel that over the course of a season when you're fighting for your life that the small decisions tip the scale?
Oh, definitely. I go back to, there's certain games, Crettyard game, we were 1-0 up. We had a storm, I don't care what anyone says, it was a Stonewall penalty. Everybody in the pitch seen it, wasn't given. We take that, if we score, we got 2-0 up.
Yeah.
You're 2-0 up at home to Crettyard. Do you know? Crettyard went straight down the other end, bang, goal. Cohesion was another one. Cohesion, we were playing Cohesion down below. Cohesion were 3-2 up in us. I'll never forget, because Zach was in the goal for Cohesion, had the ball in his hand, dropped it, picked it back up again. We should have had an indirect free kick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, swear down. The referee on the day, unfortunately, he didn't see it. He explained to me, look, I didn't see it. Zach takes kick out, goes long, he man gets the ball, ref gives a penalty to Cohesion. So instead of us having a free kick, indirect free kick 6 yards out, they get a penalty, scored a penalty, 4-2 game over. The simplest, there's so many, and I think there's 3 or 4 games where we lost by the odd goal.
Yeah.
The Burn-Celtic game, we were 3-2, Alan gets a penalty, hasn't missed a penalty in 6 years. Missed the penalty. you know, to make it 3-3. John, I think if we had got a draw there, we would have set up. But I think Burn would. I think Burn might have just gave up in the last couple of games.
They finished very strong, didn't it?
Yeah.
They got the fixtures at the right time, though.
Yeah.
When Pats bet Cray Yard, I knew straight away Burn will bet Cray. Cray won't care. They're out. They're gone. They're out of it. The only thing they have left now was the cup. And that's all I really had to focus on. So I kind of knew, had a feeling.
It was a decent team, though.
It was a decent enough team, but when you've nothing to play for, Pops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's,
not in the league, but they had something to play for in regards of the cup game as the following Sunday.
Cup game was following Sunday, but you'd be minding yourself for the Sunday as well, you know.
It's sure, even the Pats in the walk one there a few weeks ago, a dead rubber's a dead rubber.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not the same intensity. It's not the same intensity.
100% it's not.
Unfortunately for us, so, you know.
Do you know, just thinking there, like, when you are in that position and, like, things aren't going your way, isn't it very easy to point out all the things that happen against you, especially when you lose games? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, you're off listing out 15 or 10 or 15 things where you're like, oh, sure, that was a penalty, or sure, this was that. But if you would have went on and won those games, like, they wouldn't even be talking points.
No.
Like, the fine margins are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, to say that the keeper cut the ball, dropped it, picked it back up, and then they got a penalty from that phase. Like, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
Like, that's really...
It happens on the bottom of the table.
Is it? Yeah.
Like, it's just... Like, it's a killer.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems, and it's no one's fault. It's just the way it goes when you're down the bottom. Like, I remember when we were on top of Hanover all the time, we were like getting decisions, and that's harder than the other team. Do you know what I mean? Or they got fierce and lucky there for 30 seconds there, the ball is in the back of their net. We're at the scoring.
And it is unlucky.
He could have scored. And then it happens the other way around as well.
Yeah, you could strike a ball
in the middle of it 2 years ago. It's not easy.
Yeah, you could strike the ball and it hits the post and comes back out. It hits the crossbar, goes down, bounces on the line, comes back out, and you're like, oh my God, do you know how we are going to score here?
Yeah.
Do you know? And
how do you manage that, Micko? Like, how are you managing a group? Like, when all that's happening, like, are you using them as crutches? Are you using them as excuses? Like, are you relaying the message, or are you just kind of trying to wipe them clear? Like, how do you manage a group?
I go up every Tuesday night training. I just have a chat with the lads. I call them in every Tuesday night. We have a chat and we say, look, you have to pick out like the good things, the bad things. Like, you have to tell them, look, this wasn't good enough, that one. But we were unlucky here, we were unlucky there. Instead of doing what we're doing, it'll turn. Yeah. But this year it never turned. You know, and that's how we finished up. How we finished. Do you feel that? Like, do you feel that you're almost projecting a false promise? You do. The second half of the season, I did. You know, you tried your best to keep it up and keep it going, but it got very hard. It was an act, almost like you're kind of, because players pick up on that then, right? Yeah. Like, I know when we played United in Pats, I said the outside, like the chap he had in goal for the first 20 minutes, I was thinking, go away with this lad in the goal. Yeah, Macho, yeah. But then, like, when it was, say, when it got to 2 or 3 at half time, was it? 3. Whatever it was. It was 3. But you were, like, I know this could be 6 or 7, like, because players just, yeah, I took off. I think at that time I took off. I made 4 subs at half time then. You brought on Mark Mack. You brought on, sure. Yeah, brought on Mark. That was Mark's first game back. And he got himself a boat dog. You know, he done well, to be fair to him. He does. He would do that. You know yourself now. He wouldn't pull over tackle anywhere. Yeah. I think it was Toby or one of the boys that nutmegged him and kind of laughed at him. Yeah. Didn't laugh at him the second time. Mark pumped sitting on his arse in the middle of the same patch, you know. Yeah. But even looking at, like, I'd know Stephen Craw, like, I would have coached Stephen and kind of saying, that's not him. Yeah. Do you know? Stephen was a good lad. He is good. The problem with Stephen this year was he had a lot of work up the country, up in Donegal, and so he missed a good bit of training. Yeah. You know, and it told in the games for him, so it did, you know. Yeah. But he's a good lad. He'd tell you, look, I can't go tonight. I'll be down next Tuesday or next Thursday. Yeah. He tries his best to get down to one training session, but like I say, when you're in the Premier and you're playing the top of lads, you have to train twice a week. Sure, even Doc, it's like doing the damage to his foot at that time. Like, that was a vital time, wasn't it, really? Yeah, he broke the foot. Look, it was a knot and tackle. It was, I think himself and Dickie went for the ball. It was just pure, the way it just happened. It was just pure luck. It wasn't filtering. Unlucky, sorry. No, it wasn't. No. Dickie won the ball and just got, Docs went to clear and kicked his cog. And actually played on for another 25 minutes with a broken foot. That'd be him, all right. Yeah, he did. Couldn't believe it. I was like, man, what? Like, I said, I'll take you off. No, I'm grand. Eventually he come up to me and said, I can't walk anymore here. Yeah. You know? I even went down and watched you the night he played Ballymurphy and Nurney. And I was just saying, like, even that night, I said, this team has zero luck. Yeah. Like, just no luck. Yeah. Like, a penalty again. Now, to be fair, Ballymurphy were decent, and I thought they were, well, when they scored, I was like, jeez, they're actually turning the screw here a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm just looking at Killree and thinking, the ball's going out wide, it's bouncing, hitting your man the shin, going over a throw against you. It was just almost like, what the fuck have the boys done to deserve this? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that name Ballymurphy, I kind of have to blame that one. I think I only started one up front, and you know, it was supposed to be a one and push into a 3, into a 4-3-3, and the boys weren't pushing up, and I changed at half time. Yeah. You know, Brian Abbey and Brian Frankie Down, I think, came on. And I mean, 10-15 minutes later, I think we went from 1-0 down to
2-1 up.
2-1 up or 3-1 up or whatever it was. Yeah. And
you missed a penalty that night as well, though, right?
they missed penalty.
Yeah,
they missed penalty. We scored a penalty.
Yeah.
Match was another penalty. Yeah.
Yeah. So I suppose it's kind of, not that I'm coming from an arrogant place, Rant, but it's very easy to kind of manage a team when it's going well, or coach a team when it's going well. Like, even when a team is middling, Popper, right? Even when you're 4th or 5th, it's a lot easier.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
when you're, and you know as well from a couple of years ago, like, it's.
Yeah.
I'd love to actually see it, in action. How do you do it? Like, because it must be so different.
See, we do everything right. Like, we train every Tuesday, every Thursday. We do everything right. We lay out what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. Now, in fairness, the boys do train hard, but you're constantly down there. The problem you have is, like, when you know, right, just we're playing the walk away this Sunday, or we're playing Pats away next Saturday night, and you go to New York and you get hammered, and you're like, Jesus, who are we playing next week, lads? Oh, we're Pats away.
Yeah.
Then you're like, Jesus, that could be another pain, and you try not. My main thing was not let the lads get down.
Yeah.
You got to keep the hopes up. Thinking, I pawned them off. I said, don't worry about these games. These are nothing got to do with us.
Yeah.
We just need to get these out of the way.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, we can't get humiliated here. I'm trying my best then to set it up. Like, and I do believe. Remember the night? I don't know if you remember the night we played Pats with the fog.
Yeah. Yeah.
That night was the one night I had a full squad. Night I set them up. I had a back five because I knew right set up with a back five, two left.
It was still for 20 minutes or so, was
left back, left centre back. When Pats went down the wing, double up on him, double up down the right side, double up on him. I had the boys out on the pitch for an hour beforehand. Listen, this is where I want you to run. This is where I want you to go on. Had a proper midfield. Had Docks up front and so on, holding up the ball. I thought squeeze in the midfield. Type 4. So we had 4 midfielders give away the wings.
Yeah.
We double up on the wings, and I thought this game shouldn't be played. The fog was down. It was brutal. The fog was down.
Terrible. Sure. Yeah,
I was out with the referees, and Badger never opened his mouth. I was like, Jesus, Phil, you can't. You know what I mean? And next minute, 25 minutes in, 0-0. Joe Byrne puts up the flag, says, I can't see the far line. Dockus comes over to me, he says, don't get this game called off. Tell Phil said, or Net Man, I think was refereeing Net, said, I'll call you offsides. And we were like, yeah, no worries. Badger come across the pitch at 100 mile an hour. No, you might call it off. The game's not right. Badger knew really well his team more than that, hadn't he? I don't care what anyone says. He didn't open his mouth for the game.
Yeah.
And at 20 minutes in, Badger came across. I seen this lad. No, it's not safe. We call it off.
But
he knew that night.
But
it
was brutal.
It was brutal.
But what I'm saying was, it was in Cohesion.
Yeah.
Felix,
the Cohesion game went ahead. Yeah. Or Felix
But that should never went ahead either.
No, well, second half was fine, but
it's just funny the way Badger came across the pitch going, no, call it off. He knew his team more than it.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, don't call it off, don't call it off. Yeah. It shouldn't have.
No, but you're rightly so. Like, I suppose in the position you're in and the time of the game and where you are, and you're kind of thinking, this is, you're not getting your own way.
That's it.
But if you think of it from the reverse, you're saying we're playing Killree, who were low down the league on an Astra. Traditionally, don't really play here. We should win this.
Yeah.
I
think that's what happened though. I think some of the past guys probably thought, here, we'll bet these guys anyway.
Yeah.
And they weren't on it. Like, let's be honest, they weren't on it. And I was loving this. And no one saying that you couldn't. The ball went to far wing. You're like, you had to wait till they came back in. You couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So it was the right decision by the refs.
But I remember playing you in Pats the first season. Badger came in. We played you down in Pats, and we went 2 up, and you were 2-all within 5 or 10 minutes. So it was a mental game as well.
Yeah.
Like, and I look at that Killree, and I look at the Killree this year, and I'm thinking to myself, and I'll go back to the point I made at the start. I just didn't see the fire. I just didn't see. Like, we played you down.
I've seen the fire in patches.
Yeah.
Is the best way to describe it without insulting anybody. That's what it was. It wasn't consistent enough.
Yeah, you would have seen it again, because we were in the game.
Yeah.
Do you know, the problem was if we went 2 or 3 down, they were like, this is over. Do you know, you try your best when it's 2-0, you have a chance. But when it went 3-0 in some of the games, like I said, like going into most of the games, we only kept 1 clean sheet. Like, so I'm thinking, well, we have to score 2 goals here to get a result.
Yeah.
Straight away, you're thinking, you have to get 2 goals. We don't score 2 goals. And then you're playing, like even like yourself, then we went over to Hanover in the Platz. Like, I played with 1 up front, 5 across the middle, 2 wingers were supposed to, like James Farrell had a great game that day, and you got the winner as well. But you have to, with the younger lads as well, like, you have to get them up for it. Sometimes they're there.
It is a generational thing.
100% it is. 100%. I remember Mark Mack, for instance, like, I tell you about Mark, when Mark came back, and he's like, Mark is a winner. He's a pure winner, but lads think he's giving out, but he's not giving out. He's trying to get lads to, come on, get stuck in. Like, this is not good enough.
Yeah.
And some lads can take that up the wrong way. And
it's how you sell it, though, mate.
Yeah.
Like, he's... Yeah. If you're a neutral standing at the game, you didn't know the man, you'd say,
I
don't want him around the place.
He's a nut job.
No, not because he's a nut job. It's just his body language.
Yeah.
If you didn't know him, the way he walks off a field, you're like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But if you knew him, it's the total opposite.
It's the total opposite.
Do you know what I mean? But if you're standing there as a neutral going, he's probably one of their best players, and 20 minutes in, 60 minutes down the line, you're like, he's gone off, man. He doesn't care.
Yeah, no, he's.
If you're a neutral.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, no.
But if you know him, like I know the chap well.
Yeah.
And he's not. He's hard to play against. Like.
Yeah, he is. He was very good now.
Yeah.
Like I said, no, he's just a natural winner. He just wants to win everything. And and in fairness, Mark was one of the older lads that, not just Mark, like, but that came through that team that I set up when we were back, 7-8 years ago.
Sure, when I was over Vale, you bet us in the division, the Medbar Cup semi-final on the Vale one. He gave us a right band.
Yeah, but we had some serious players.
That was some team.
Everyone forgets about
David Owen up top.
David Owen was brilliant for us.
Unbelievable.
Or jazz lad, he just run for you.
Yeah.
Do you know when someone just runs?
Yeah.
I remember playing I think it was your B team one day in that league, and the ball went from one side of the pitch over towards the house and over the far side, over East End. It was kicked out over the line. No, Davey went down and he absolutely kept it. I don't know how he kept it in, whipped it in, and Dave McDonald buried the head.
Yeah,
couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. He was brilliant.
Yeah, very
attitude,
good.
everything was right about him. Brilliant.
Yeah. But it is, do you understand the task to get back up? Like, can you be the Killree of old, or is it an evolutionary thing where you're saying, well, if we want to compete, we're going to have to bring in a different kind of player, or we're going to have to change our mindset, or what are you thinking about that?
I think next year, like much and all this year was a learning curve for the younger lads, and there is a good few younger lads, like I was naming them out there, but next year will be every bit, because it'll be more physical. The first division is definitely more physical than it is of the Premier. The Premier is all speed and pass and move.
Yeah.
I think they'll learn a lot from that. Like I said, we do have a really good 14, 15, 16 team coming through. So, the next few years, I think it'll be a few years, I think.
Yeah.
But it's coming. It is coming. There's you can pick 4 or 5 lads off the 14s, 15s and 16s team that you could easily say, they're very good.
Yeah.
There's a chap there played the under 16s. I brought him up to the squad there this year, actually, played against Burn down below. Yeah, he's coming through. There is that coming through with the younger lads that we have. We have to keep the lads that we have now, though.
That's a position you've never been in before either, though, right? Where you have lads coming through from, say, 12, 30. That's brand new to you, isn't it? I know you had a youth team a few years ago, did you?
We did. That's a long time ago now.
Is it?
I tell you how long ago that is. John Gladney, Bland Aware, Shablan's playing over 30. They were all in that team.
Right.
Craig Isle. Yeah, that's how far back you're going.
It's a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah. Then for a long time, we only had the first team. We had no other team. We had absolutely nothing in the club, only the first team. So it was. And then...
That's hard.
It's. I think we were the only club in Carlow, kind of, maybe Mill Celtic, that only had one team. Like, we had no juvenile set up. We had nothing. Had my first team, and every year, I don't know how we done it, but we still got our 20 lads signed up every year.
Yeah.
Even this year, I think, had 20 lads signed up. So the interest is there. Keeping it there now is another thing. And
what's your recruitment like? Talk me through your recruitment process.
Tell you the gospel truth now. You literally, the way I work it is, I want lads that want to play for Killree. I don't want to go begging lads.
Yeah.
I will ask somebody if he wants to play. If he's a bit of interest, I'll get him down. If he has no interest whatsoever, that's it. I'll ask him once and that's it. I don't. If he wants to go play for anyone else, no bother to work away. But I will not beg anyone to come playing for Killree Celtic. Never will. I never did, and I never will.
How did you do in the head-to-head? Who was your biggest right? Like the Burn Celtic team, was it? They were the one that's closest to relegation, was you?
Oh, we bet them once. They bet us.
It was 3-3.
Yeah. They bet us, and then Bankstown game was the Bankstown bet us twice.
Yeah.
That was the big one. The one down below in Killree. I don't know. You were at it.
Yeah.
We were 4-1 down half time. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
We didn't deserve before.
The goals you gave away was cruel.
I felt so sorry. I was saying there, Matthew in the goal. Didn't make a mistake. Didn't make much mistakes all year, and unfortunately made 2 that night. He got caught under the ball from Keen's free came in from the halfway line. The match came over and just got caught underneath it.
Which goes back to the point, Micko, that when it's not going your way, it's not going your fucking way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's not. But what I done, Mick, when I was in that position, when it was us and Ballymurphy.
Yeah.
I had lads that was playing Gaelic and you was missing more Sundays. But whenever I was on to them every single week for 6 or 7 weeks, I don't give it. If you're going to a funeral, you're at that soccer game that day.
Yeah.
And it was the only 2 games I had the full squad for the year, and that was just to keep us up.
Yeah, but I was saying,
done that. That was my target in doing it. And
I think the Premier
I made a league within a league, is what I said before.
Yeah, a mini league.
Yeah.
I was just like, 6 points and we're home. And we beat Ballymurphy in the Platts, and then we beat Ballymurphy down there. But that was us safe.
I was on the Podge on the way in here. Like, we finished on 10 points this year. We were on looking at we could have finished on a lot more. Like 10 points, 9 years on hand, keep a team up in the Premier.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Do you know what I mean?
We finished with 8.
Yeah, there you go. Set up.
No, I think the Premier, even
could
in 3 years.
7.
Yeah.
2 wins and a draw, maybe. I think we had.
Yeah, and you would, true, sure. Do you know, I think one of your earlier podcasts, I think when the results were coming up, you were like, Killree of 10, sure. You said, no one will get relegated on 10.
Yeah.
But we did.
No, sure. Your start. You had a great start. Like,
Yeah. We did.
Like at Christmas time, I would never have said they'll go down.
Yeah. I thought
Never,
we didn't get picked up nothing 3 points after Christmas.
Yeah.
And normally second half of Christmas we're stronger. You know. But unfortunately, like I said.
But the point you made on the way up here was it is a different league now than it even was 3 years ago. Like,
it's tough.
It's a tough division.
Very tough.
Like very, very tough division.
Sure, there's like to go unbeaten in a league campaign is extremely hard now.
Yeah.
Like
Newark done it last year and didn't win the league.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Went unbeaten, didn't win the league.
But I also think a lot of clubs are only a couple of players away. I think Bagnallstown are 3 players away. I think Cohesion 2 or 3 players away. Yourselves, Parkville, if they can take the finger out. Like, there's a lot of...
Parkville are a team that always puzzle me.
Everybody's the same.
Yeah.
I look at Parkville every year. I know Podge fierce well. And we do play them pre-seasons and everything. You go up and you're thinking, yeah, Parkville are decent. You look at the table every year, 6th, 7th.
Yeah.
They're down there. You're like, how are they down so far down?
Yeah.
Like the bet in the walk there a few weeks ago. Do you know, they get results. I think you got a last minute winner against them.
That's right.
You know, so they're a really good bunch of lads. But every year you look at it, you're like 5th, 6th, 7th. That's it. There'll be no higher, no lower.
Yeah.
Just bang middle of the table.
They beat Newark. I think we went over and played them in the Carlow Cup. Nice, this be a tough game. And we only had to bear 14 that day.
Yeah.
We won an extra time, but it's 2 different teams.
Yeah, it's
And you're like, which one's going to turn up today?
Yeah.
You know, that's it, unfortunately. But they have all the players in the world to go and challenge if they do it consistently. And they can, but it comes back to the key word is consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Can they put a run of 5-6 games together? They find it very, very hard for some reason. I don't know what the reason
but that
is.
goes down to the quality league as well, though, Papa.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I know.
Like, say, I would 100% say the current, and if we speak about Parkville, the current crew they have there now, player-wise, would have won the league 15 years ago, 20 years ago, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the quality to go through it. But it's more than quality now is going to win you a league.
Yeah, you're right with the run of fixtures though, because I remember us, like we were after beating, we bet G on the Sunday and then we played Ballymurphy on the Thursday or something like that, and we bet Ballymurphy, and I remember talking to Dockstone Tran and we were saying, just, you know, it's right, hitting a bit of form at the right time now, then we had Pats, we got hammered, you know, you're thinking, like someone stuck a pin in a balloon straight away, you know, after getting 2 wins in a row, you're thinking, just this will give the boys a bit of confidence now, and next time, sure, we got hammered in Pats, and then it was back to square one, which we're like, Jesus, here we go again, you know.
Yeah, Badger didn't call off that night, bud.
Nah.
We are down team of the year, but we'll go through results nice and quickly. Mill versus Pats, that was Division 1 semi-final. Pats won 3-2 after extra time. Newark and Papa, what you hear? Big, massive win for Newark.
I heard Newark were the better team. They deserved it, yeah. It wasn't that, no, but was working. But Jesus, what a result to get. After having a couple of games in Dublin against teams that you'd say are not recognised towards your sheriffs whatever years ago and all that, but to go to Dublin and win at this stage of a competition is massive. And
point.
I didn't realise it was 2-1. I thought it was 2-0. I only seen the result there now, yeah. But no, brilliant. I was talking to Gavin on Sunday night. He's buzzing. I don't think he's liking the fixture the way I think it's Sunday week, and his tickets to the Goodison game, last game of Goodison, I think, which is breaking his heart.
Yeah.
But it's a pity, and I'd love. I think we're down to play Pats that Sunday. There should be a blanket call. Yeah, it should be a blanket call off.
I had this conversation today with Gavin.
Shouldn't be a game of soccer in Carlow on the Sunday.
1,000,000%.
That's just my opinion on it. Like if I put this ready, if Carlow were playing the Leinster final, would Airog be playing someone that morning in a minor game? Not a half of it.
Yeah,
it's just small things like that have to get right.
Let me play devil's advocate though, Pop. There's a schedule and there's games.
Oh, I know there's a schedule.
Want to get games run off. No, look.
But you could move to the Monday night.
100%. Move to Newark and or the Hanover Pats against the Monday. That's what we do. That's what I do there.
Yeah, I guess it's Carlow now against Kilkenny, and that's what it is.
And on that next week's podcast, the Kilkenny boys are coming back.
Damien and Dave.
And they're bringing 3v2.
Oh, 3?
Yeah,
3v2,
man.
It?
No, it's me and you. Well, I'm 3 of us are we'll cover
the 3
of us. Men. No, I think it's fantastic for Carlow soccer. I think it's after driving the level even further again, and I've said this many times. I think that current Newark group is the best junior group I've ever seen, and for them to crown it with a Leinster would be.
They've got and to get someone like Lee back, who would have been in at the county.
Yeah,
you know, he's not in the county, and he's after he scored again there Sunday.
I've seen the goals.
Yeah. You know he's a winner's attitude, and he brings a confidence to that team. He doesn't care who's marking him.
No,
you know, and he's fit. He'll run himself into the ground for you, like.
Yeah, to see the first goal.
Yeah, no, I didn't see the goals.
He made a great run. comes in from the right wing, you know, and
Yeah.
Dino played the ball through the left wing, the left back and the left centre back, and he went in, and I know the ball was brilliant, superb pass in, but the finish. People don't talk about the finish enough. And
No, it's
and then
they've a good squad. Good squad, and the best thing you can say about them is that if there's a couple of players come off that don't perform on the day, because it is the end of the day cup final. Someone will have a bad game and someone will have an exceptional game. That's the game of soccer. There's lads on the bench to come off.
The good thing about
and
Newark,
do a job for that Newark team.
Yeah, their bench is possibly one of the strongest I've seen in a long time. Do you know, they always had their 11 and maybe 1 or 2 subs that were at that level. Now they have the 5 subs that they can bring on, are every bit as good as the 5 lads on the pitch.
Like if you're picking your best team from Newark, like not disrespecting Keaton chap, I know he plays in the 6 sometimes, but
He's a good player, lads.
Good, Dotsie and Skinner plays. But then he has attributes to come on and just sew up a game for you.
Well, I don't.
Just sit there in 6, or you can go 3 at the 3 centre halves and it's the middle of the 3.
Yeah.
You know, like they've a lot of options.
I wouldn't subscribe to it though, lads. How many trophies have they won the last 5 seasons? Nearly 20, I'd say.
Oh, is it close to it? I'd say,
2 quads.
2 quads.
8, done 2 last year. 10.
Yeah, and there's a shield already this year.
There's 11 in 4 seasons.
14 trophies so far.
11 in 4 seasons.
And they're still in the Premier and the Carlow Cup this year.
Yeah, but we're saying add no depth or. Oh, you start to get 11 trophies in 4 seasons.
I know.
And they went through a league
and they got bet in a semi-final of 2 Leinsters.
Yeah.
And one of them they were kibosh because a couple of their players were suspended. Like, hey, and it kills me to say it as someone involved in the same bats, and I'm sure the same as you. There'll be a long time before a more successful or better group comes along in Carlow soccer.
I think that they bet 4 Wexford teams. 4 Wexford teams, 3 Dublin teams, and a Meath team.
Yeah.
Do you know, like they didn't have it easy. Like it's not as if they had, and they were up in Dublin, I think 2 or 3 times. They were down in Wexford.
Yeah, but make no mistake about it.
You know,
no one gave them a chance.
No.
Going into the North End game.
No.
Correct.
No one, because
on the back of 2.
Parkville beat them. Then Critty Yard beat them. North End turned over St. Michael's.
Yeah,
I think we should save this for next week. But anyway, go on.
Right, no one gives them. Yeah, we'll do it. I can become a part of rehearsal. Yeah, and within and absolutely walloped North End.
100%.
2-0. There wasn't justice to them.
100%.
Could have been 4 or 5.
North End didn't get a kick in that. I couldn't
and
get over
how good
North
End
they
were,
were.
Mick. North End were in the FAI Junior Cup final.
Yeah.
And favourites, might I add.
Yeah, and there's Carlow, Wexford, Kilkenny.
Yeah.
3 of your teams in the final. No Dublin team.
Do you know what I think is a great...
That's a long time since that happened.
I'm telling you.
You'll always have a Dublin team. Yeah.
Do you know what I think is a great talking point on it? Who will give Evergreen a game in Kilkenny in domestic interleague? Who gives them a game the last 5 years, 6 years?
Sure, it's only Booters, really, isn't it?
Is it even?
Is it? Yeah,
Booters
have...
You look at
I didn't realise last week that 2009 Booters won the league.
Yeah,
that is incredible, man.
Yeah, but you look at Carlow, right? They get a game every week in the league.
Yeah.
Now I know the big teams yourselves and whatever.
Oh, they get a game every week, bar against us.
No, but you know what I mean. Like Parkville betting them, Critty Yard betting them. They got betting Pats before Christmas. Like
we were 3-0
you
up at half time.
You were 3-0 up at half time. I think they're primed and well prepped.
Yes.
Compared to Evergreen, who were blowing teams out of the water every other week.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I know. Bridge bet them in the McCalman Cup, but in the league, like your county, your league is your quality, and they haven't been touched the same since Thomas won the league. 2012.
Many times of Newark being down with a half an hour to go.
Yeah.
There's 0 panic sets in.
Yeah.
Evergreen are not used to that.
The year they won the first quadruple, Gavin was over them. I'll never forget. We were in Newark and we were 1-0 up, and Newark were kicking in the ball, and I'll never forget it. And of course, I had a softball. No.
Yeah.
I know we were 1-0 up here in Newark.
Here's one I met earlier.
I was trying it in, and like, that's soft. And Gavin kicks over this ball. I picked the ball up, trying over my head.
Yeah.
Murders.
Yeah.
Oh, murders. Corey Harmon. I never forget Corey. And he starts lashing in abuse at me. You know. It's great. What are you doing? Next one, I think.
You could be winning 5-0. He's still rattling. Honest to God.
Jordan Harmon scored to make it 1-1. Dino scored in the 2 minutes to go, put 2-1 up. Of course, Corey straight away. Yeah, you're not throwing the ball away.
He just gets wrapped up in the sideline. He gets involved in
good lad, though. Good funny lad,
yeah. Look, I wish them all the best, and we'll discuss it next week. Felix Dahlman, Micko, you were at that, were you?
I was at it, yeah.
Talk to me.
Felix, we count their lucky stars coming over it. Dahlman definitely should have been 2 up, 2 or 3 up.
Felix players told me this.
Felix were poor. I don't know if they were poor or I don't know what it was with them, but they weren't themselves. Do you know, they weren't themselves now. And like I said, the goal they got was on fierce unfortunate chap for Dahlman. The centre back went off injured. Bonnie, is it?
Yeah,
he went off. He was a massive loss. And the chap that came in centre back was kind of injured before that. But ball went down, John O'Shea went down the wing, whipped the ball in, your man went to clear it, miskicked it into his own goal about 2 or 3 minutes to go. But Donovan had hit the post before that. Had a goal disallowed for offside. Danny Thompson had a couple of free kicks, not like him. He lettered him, but didn't hit the target, And Feeks was just quite happy to get through that one.
He's normally dead-eye dick for him.
Couldn't believe it, I was right behind him, behind the goal, and he had 3 of them actually in the first half, and he just didn't hit the target with them, and the goal was unfortunate, but Feeks will be relieved now to get out of that one.
Cup final win now, is it?
Cup final now,
Who it was?
Yeah, Pats, is it? Pats B?
No. Oh, Pats B. This Saturday.
And who?
Feeks. It's in Newark.
Yeah.
I think that's it, is it? You were betting the cup, were you, Micko, last Thursday? Was that last Thursday?
Yeah, last Thursday. That summed our season up in one.
Talk to me.
We went 1-1 gave away a terrible goal as usual, and then we should have been, we should have been 5 or 6-1 up. We absolutely battered him. My own nephew there started him. He's only 17, and he should have had a hat trick. He was unlucky. He's still learning. Eamon should have scored. Fionn should have scored. I can count them up who should have scored. And then the 109th minute, Duffy scored one for them, and I just stood laughing and saying, "What can you do? What can you do?
If you don't cry, you laugh.
He's a great talent.
That's it. Oh,
Duffy's a great talent.
Top player. Yeah, top player.
35 is back, Podge.
35 is back, Papa. I think we might park it. I think we might
pull up the
park
handbrake.
it. I think we'll up the handbrake. I think we'll do 35's episode in 2 weeks' time with the latest results and moving and shaking. You must have scored the weekend. Do you want me to go through the results? Did you?
I didn't play.
Did you not play? Checkmate. Anyway, team of the year. Draft.
Fill up the water there, Podge, before we start. Because draft.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Pat, when he texted me, he said, "You want to come on?" He's like, "Yeah, no bother." I says, "Yeah, we're going to do the team of the year." I was like, "Oh, lovely. We're on a hiding to nothing here."
Lad,
no matter who we pick.
Come here. If we were to bring you on and talk about Killree, the episode would be over.
Bit like our season.
Yeah. we had to get a bit of substance over you.
Yeah.
It's a draft system similar to last year. So there's a meta behind this madness, lads. We're going to look to do some kind of all-star game or charity game between the 2 teams the boys pick. 3 players in each position. It's 4-3-3. Okay, so 9 midfielders. You can play them wherever you want, but it'll be in 3 groups of 3. 3 keepers, and then obviously 3 right backs, 3 left backs, blah 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 blah. So, because you're the guest, I'll give you the choice. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay. No, I'm going to disappoint you.
All right.
Killree keepers in the one.
Nah, I knew that. I knew that.
You still want to go first?
That's good news, it says, because if Jamie leaves, he badger me on the phone. That's good news.
How do you know he hasn't been on the phone already?
A minute past 1, the 1st of July.
That's minute past midnight. You're nowhere late, but
sorry.
These 3 players signed by then.
You still want to go first?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Happy enough?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So you have Jamie Wall, Craig Carney or Ben McCarron.
Right.
You have to pick it and give me a reason.
I think Jamie deserves to go into it. And I'll tell you exactly why I think he deserves to go into it. Is because when Jamie left us, Jamie was a right back. You have to remember that. He wasn't a goalkeeper. He was a right back, so he was. And we were stuck for a goalkeeper one day. And Jamie said, "I'll go in the goal, lad." And Jamie went in the goal. We were playing Vale, I think it was, but he let one in over his head. He couldn't jump, and he thought, "This man, this is not going to work." And following season came back, Jamie went in the goal. But he was more like a right back thinking than a goalkeeper. The minute the ball went over the top, Jamie, poof, gone. And there on the sideline, oh, mother of Christ, this lad out. This is 50-50 whether he wins the ball or gets sent off. That was where Jamie was. And I remember going to watch the first game of the season for Pats this year. I think it was against Yee. No, it was second game.
It was on the Wednesday night game, 1-1.
Jamie made a mistake. Ball came in, he caught it, dropped it out. 1 year later.
Kieran Nolan buried
the goal. Remember that? And I thought Jamie would be found out now in the Premier Division, and it was close games like that. And then I watched him closely throughout the year, and he got better by the year. According to the year went on, he got better and better. His kicking got better. His actually all-round goalkeeping skills got better. And I went over to watch your game against Pats again in the Plots. And you were 2-1 up, and he pulled a save out the top corner.
Unbelievable save.
That was game over. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? That was 3-1. I was behind the goal. I swear to God, I was behind the goal. There was a couple of great yards there. Man United were having Fulham to sound down. And he says, "Here, I'm heading off here now." It says,
"Another mid-table here."
Yeah, that's exactly it. Trying my best to hold on to a bit of a good season. So I'm going off for a few points to watch the match, and the Yardlers were like, you were winning the team. They were like, "Jazz, we could be joining you, Mick."
Yeah.
That went pear-shaped for them quite quick. So it did. But I just thought, according to the season went on, he got better.
He did.
He definitely got better, and I think the easy option would be to pick one of the proper goalkeepers, like Craig, or pick Ben. Do you know what I mean? It's the easy option. They're good keepers. They're great keepers. I think Noah kept the most clean sheets. I think.
Yeah, I don't think you're too far off. But I'll tell you what. You mentioned proper keepers. I think you're 100% spot on. I think Jamie started pre-season as a chap who did not that he didn't know what he was, but when the season finished, he's a goalkeeper.
Yeah, he did.
He started the season as you could play him right back, you could even play him in midfield if you wanted.
Yeah.
But as the season went on, I just could see him getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And let me tell you, the night against Parkville, he made 2 or 3 very good saves that night as well.
Yeah.
At 1-0, 2-0, he made a couple of great saves. Like, he's made them all year, lads.
I was behind the goal for the New York game, right behind the goal, and the people that was, say, between me and the goal post and the shop, that's where I was standing, right behind the goal.
Yeah.
He made a save from Dino that game with his feet.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have seen him on the sideline, you would have said, "Yes, that's a goal kick."
Yep.
He actually saved it. Dino, I tell you, if you're supposed to speak to him, like, it was down at his feet, but it comes from the outfield ability to play outfield.
That's it.
That he got down so quick with his feet.
Yeah, and he's super fit.
Yeah.
Super fit. He's the fittest man you'll know.
Yeah, he's
100%.
He played well. He had a good season.
Yeah, I do. I do think that, and I just thought, like, just as the improvement all year, and he did win the league as well, like, you know.
Yeah. There was a target on his back as well, though. Because
there was.
I remember hearing lads second hand saying that lad fireballs on top of him. I was talking to the lad. He said he's not worth a shite. And I said, Jesus, he handled everything, because he would have heard all that as well, right?
Yeah,
he handled every bit of it, no problem.
So you look at that and you'd say, sure, size wise, he's not the tallest goalkeeper, like.
And he didn't have the biggest spring on him when he was with us in the goal, like, starting off. But the full season he played in the goal he was making so many saves. Like, you know, if we got bet 3-1 or something, you think, I bet 3-1, but the amount of saves he made.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I just thought from the start of the season towards till the end, I thought he improved massively. I thought as a
brave as a lion as well, lads.
Oh, sure. That's what I'm saying to you. I used to get a heart attack every Sunday. He'd be ball over top, Jamie gone running. Do you know, some keepers would retreat. No, not Jamie.
He got his nose broke against Vale and everything.
He did. He should have got a penalty that night.
It was a penalty,
it was a penalty.
Craig Harney, Ben McCarron. Do I have to ask?
No, I'll let you pick that as the neutral.
No. Suing him. I'm not picking anything.
I'm picking it.
Yeah.
That's right. I got to pick Ben, don't I? Craig is my goalkeeper for the Oscars, but I just picked Ben because he's my club man. That's it. He's had a great season as well. As I said, and he's another lad who's coming on. Craig has done it all.
Ben has the potential to be in a team of the year for the next 20 years.
Yeah,
he
does. So Craig is. What you lose me picking Craig? Craig has been fantastic. Again, like you said, he's
the best keeper in Carlow, lads.
Yeah, so he's
Craig.
He is.
He's brilliant.
But, you know,
he's brilliant.
He's top class.
He's a teammate. Like, like he has your back.
Yeah.
See him there with the Oscar trainers. One of the games he came down. Pop, am I starting tonight? No, good. I'd warm up Craig. So, like, there's no he's sulking around like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's a top lad.
Brilliant attitude.
Great websites as well here.
Yeah.
Thumbs up there. Ampifi boys going to win that. Right back, you're up first for right full. So you have Ravo, James Hickey, Keane Dolan.
Me personally, it has to be Ravo. I think he's the best right back in the league. I'd argue all day long with him. The man, he never stops running.
He's unbelievable.
He's up the wing, he's back the wing, he's back up the wing again, he's back in position. He's just so tricky. He's good at the feet, he's good in the air. He's brilliant. I just think he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I can't say much more about it.
He got a quarterly award there in National, see that?
Rav?
Yeah. The soccer award for this quarter. He got I don't know how he got that.
Aaron got it as well.
Aaron got one as well?
Aaron got it, yeah.
Of course, here we go. Let's get something. I'll get the other one.
You fire one dart and I'll throw two.
I did. That was actually meant to be your first pick, so that's what you get for being smart.
Was my pick?
You have James and Keane Dolan. You get first pick for the next round, right? James and Keane Dolan.
Keane Dolan.
Yes, James Hickey's very good, lads.
I didn't say he wasn't. But Keane Dolan is the best right back. Consistently over the last 6-7 years, I'd say.
But he's played left back a lot.
He can play anywhere.
Yeah, he's played left back a lot.
He can play on one leg.
He's been brilliant.
He's brilliant.
He's so good.
There's not too many lads that get to, you don't see him dominate or anything like that. And I love go back to that Bray game.
Yeah, he's brilliant. Remember that game?
He was the only one said he got the better in his position of anybody.
Yeah. Oh, he's brilliant.
The other 10 lads from York, or for 9 outfield players were dominated all over the field. But Keane held his own and probably got the better of the winger that day.
Yeah, he was good.
He was brilliant. And it just showed you the level he can get there.
Yeah.
He's a top player. And he always is. He's just Mr. Consistent in my eyes. You know, right foot, left foot. He goes to the ground and you're like, how do you win that ball there, man?
Yeah.
And comes out with it like. Yeah. It's not just a tackle, he comes out with the ball. He's excellent.
Okay, left back. Jason Daly from Vale, Luke Ransbottom, Owen Carolan. good left backs.
I'll go with Luke. Yeah, Luke has been.
Luke
He
Graham.
would sort of. Would you call him a fringe player in regards to they were playing Dylan, Dickey? The choice is there, but he's have to get another run in the team, and his quality on the ball, his left foot delivery is spot on. His runs have gone better. That he's arriving at the right time, touch, whips it in, pulls it back. He does everything right. He's had a great season. He deserves to be in it. I think he's a great player.
I'd agree, yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I've been raving about him to Gavin for ages.
Yeah.
He was playing him up. He had him up, remember, up left wing, up further up the pitch.
No, he's a full back,
And
isn't
this year he brought him back, and I watched him closely against North End. Robbie Kane was on his wing for a while. Robbie got him once, I think, in the whole game. That was it. He was superb. Superb. He has one of the sweetest left foots on him as well.
Yeah, peg.
He's and you know what? He's one of these lads that he's so quiet on the pitch. You don't even know he's there, but he's brilliant.
Yeah, imagine you can't pick him.
Yeah, no, that's why I was picking. That I should have went for. Was it not my pick first?
No.
No.
You had 2 first picks.
Yeah.
Fucking conspiracy theory, everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything's
Kevin Costner over there, draft day.
You let Jason Daly or Carlos on Carolan.
On Carolan.
What do you think of him, Micko?
I just thought Jason Daly wasn't as good as he could have been this year. You know, I thought he was really good last year. I just think I don't think he had his greatest season, Jason. You know,
he didn't do enough to get into your team.
No. Unfortunately, not with the lads ahead of him. You know.
Yeah,
you know.
I think Carlos was actually our best signing this year. I think he met us when he came in. He fucking absolutely
When did he
unbelievable.
join us?
January.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was talking to Joe Sutherland. I was like, this is Park for the Who's that we're playing.
We 2 players.
So I was saying to Joe, and Joe
We're
was
fringe players, we're the Podge.
Joe says to me, "No, that's the we." Is like, "Oh, yeah, no,
boys,
Joe."
if any Febreze outside, there's a terrible whiff of jealousy in this room. You're up. Centre half. First group: Shane Buggy, Dotsy, or Adam McCarran.
Dotsy. I think he's brilliant. He's a brilliant leader. He keeps the whole and the walk back line in tick. He's one keeps manners on a few of them in there. You know what I mean? I think he's superb. Has been for the last 15 years.
Yeah,
He'd be me captain every day.
He's brilliant.
He's just
very good.
Very good, and is always positive.
Yeah.
He's just a top guy, yeah.
Nice guy as well.
He's
Jim
genuine.
Road Oscars him this year, like.
Yeah.
Nice guy as well. Real nice guy. Real football man.
Turns up training. If he can't train, he's there to show his face.
He's there.
It's not just a message. No,
yeah.
no,
I remember
he has respect for what he's involved in. That's what makes him a captain as well.
Yeah, and I remember a couple of games last year. Gavin was telling me that the Astro killed him a bit, and he'd rest him, and that you wouldn't want to be rested. He's like, but he'd still be at training and everything. Yeah. That's the attitude you need to get.
See him in the dressing room before the Oscar training. What's the band he has? He's a band that goes up around his neck. It's like a fan belt of a car. He's like wrapped around his head. He's like just doing these stretches, and opening his glutes and all this. Like, what are you doing, man? Rambo.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant.
That leaves you with Shane Buggy and Adam McCarran.
Adam has made a couple of mistakes in the last this season. He knows himself that he's disappointed with, but Buggy's been brilliant. Picked up a few goals.
Goals as well. Yeah,
he's a good lad. I like him. Got to stick with me club, man, Podge.
So it's no problem at all.
He's a good lad. Adam, when he's on his day, he's the best footballing centre half in Carlow.
He's a good player. He's
not a better footballer than Joe Gordon.
Right, Podge. Wasn't that pushing?
He's not a better footballer than Joe Gordon.
Right. That's your opinion.
Yeah, no, this is what's talks. Just opinions.
Opinions are like arseholes. Everybody has one.
Yeah,
Podge.
no, yeah. Yeah. I know, yeah.
Okay. Drop it on that.
Swiftly move on there, Podge, quick.
Next group, centre halves. Your first pick, Andy Kane, Joe Gordon, or Adam Doyle.
Oh, Joe Gordon. Yeah. I pick Joe. I will pick Joe. Like I said, he's a top player. But
no, I wasn't going against you because it was Adam.
No.
I genuinely, hand on heart, I don't think there's a better football in centre half than him in the Carlow League.
Okay.
His passing is I don't think he ever passed the ball where he doesn't break a line. Or it's not going to.
He's a good lad, yeah, he's a good
Just
player.
3 or 4, he has 3 or 4 assists from carrying it, stepping out and just playing one along the ground. Like,
they were probably against us.
You're going with Joe?
I'll go with Joe, yeah.
But I think he's, yeah.
2 ball and centre halves there, haven't they?
Jesus, 2 lovely centre halves, you know, actually, yeah.
That leaves you with. Hope it's not a good picture playing. I'm going to stay at the picture, Drew. Tom Brack United down there.
Etch a sketch. Andy Kane, Adam Doyle, and Cohesion.
Andrew Kane. I think he's brilliant.
He's very good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind, but I was talking to him the other day before the Killree rematch, and he said to me, Jesus, I didn't have my best season this year, he says to me. And then he came out against us and he had a brilliant game. He's brilliant. I just think he doesn't panic. So he doesn't, and he's always trying to play out. You'll very rarely see Andrew going along with the ball.
No, but then he's comfortable marking someone.
Doesn't matter.
But lads, we are...
Many defenders now don't want to mark.
Yeah.
Oh, give me the ball 50 yards, I can ping balls here or there.
Yeah.
If you popped in an Adam McCarron or Joe Gordon beside Andrew, and Andrew, you're saying their centre forward goes into the 10 and gets the ball, follow him in. He'll follow him in.
Yeah, he's very good.
And his magnet.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you... Okay. No Skinner. No Craig. No Mikey. No Oisin Dillon in that. Like, there's 4 centre halves. Like, I don't think Carlow's ever been in such a good place for centre halves.
No.
Yeah.
Probably harder than Skinner, I'd say.
Skinner. I think Skinner and that's the best centre back pairing.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Without
I think so.
Country miles, so yeah. I think they're a level ahead of.
Oh, he's
Skinner
is
dead
good at it as well.
Yeah. Especially on the big smooth pitch, the Astro pitch, he pings them.
Ping him, yeah.
And he's so dangerous from set pieces.
He's good, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the goal he got the other day, he headed it back across the goal. He wins the headers, you know. And you see
that.
him when he's only a little small. You know, he's not a big lad.
He's not huge, no. He's not huge.
Skinner's brilliant.
I think we're at a wealth of centre halves. I think we've a fair whack at them now playing like at a really decent level. I think you could have 12 of them that you could put into a team for the year. Do you know what I mean? Centre midfield, first group, as I said, it's a 4-3-3, so 3 groups midfielders. You can put them wherever you want. So 6, 10 or 8, whatever you want to do with them, right? Who's up first? You, Micko, is it? Oh no, it's not you, Papa.
Yeah.
Dean Kelly.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just give me my options there.
Yeah. Killian Fagan or Keane Doyle. I thought Keane Doyle against G was unbelievable.
Keane Doyle had a rock. I tell you how good Keane Doyle was this year. Like, Keane was so good this year. Like, they didn't have Danny till after Christmas.
No.
Do you know? And Keane was in the middle of the park. He got so many important goals for them as well. And then when Danny came back, he just took it to another level. He had someone to aim for. You know what I mean?
He comes alive when Danny's in the pitch with him.
Yeah, he had someone to pick out. You know, and you watch it, everything. And I watched him a few games, even in Burn there a few weeks ago when they were 3-1 down and Keane got a rasper of a free kick. He has a serious left foot on him. And
peg.
He I think a good one as he was last year. I know Bankstone didn't have as good a season this year, but I think Keane had a good season. A better season than he did, like, you know.
Would you go with him over Killian Fagan? Is that the options?
Yeah, Killian or Keane, you have to pick. Yeah,
I think if you had a 6, you put Keane 6.
Is that right?
Well, he's not. He doesn't run in behind, does he?
He's very good.
He's a totally different player than Killian Fagan.
Yeah, Keane's is brilliant at arriving for. Do you know, the ball goes to Danny or goes down to just on Bankstone, it goes down the wings right, and Crookie get on the wing and cut it back. Keane is on the edge of the box the whole time. And then he's back into his position. You know, he's brilliant.
But what I'm saying is, if the team is playing a high line, the 6 doesn't have to worry. If Keane is a 10, you don't have to worry about him running behind. He doesn't do it.
No.
But if the winger goes down or the fullback goes down, it's like he's going to. Where is he now?
Yeah.
He's going to arrive at the right time.
No, you're right.
Where Killian Fagan runs in behind.
Yeah.
You just said it, Papa.
Do you know what I mean?
Arrive at the right time.
Yeah.
But like you can pick any of these and put them wherever you want in the middle. So you'll go with Keane.
I'd go with Keane in the 6. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And where are you going to put Dino in the 8?
6, 8, and 10. He can do the 3 of them.
Okay, just in the field.
Yeah.
He's just there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the night I seen Keane play against us in Pats when we bet them 2-1, 3, whatever it was, and I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah.
Like, he was a magnet to the ball. Like, he just screened so well. If he's in trouble, he can. I know he's probably left-footed, but if he's in trouble, he can go around and just play a pass off with his right.
He's a clever footballer.
But then went down and watched him the night against G, and it was a different version of him where he had to roll up his sleeves, and he got a hat trick, right?
Yeah.
But he was so industrious.
Yeah.
Like, he covered ground, broke up play, got ball forward, and for a chap so young, demands.
Yeah, he looks for the ball every time.
But he demands the same of everyone else. Like, he's a narky cunt on the pitch.
There, he flew into a tackle. Now, nobody looked for free round, but Phil blew for a free. But it was a cruncher of a tackle against Dara, chap for me.
Yeah.
He got booked for it in the first 10 minutes, and he thought, you know, if you're playing again your luck, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Of course it is, yeah.
You do. You want to see you fly into it. Like, you're in a game.
We stood at the back of the goal at them. We're like, I can't believe how tame this game is. Like,
yeah.
I was expecting fireworks. Like,
there should have been, but I just
early goal, I think.
Kill us.
Yeah.
The third goal killed us when we got back to 2-1. But that, I'll still go back to it. Like, I know we're going to have subject, but if that goal goes in 1-1, another one that was flagged for us.
Yeah.
It's a different game.
Should never have been flagged.
Different game.
Should never have been flagged.
Just on Dino, he has a great season every year, right?
Yeah.
But I think this is nearly his best season he's ever played. In regard, like the goals he scored. The amount of game time he plays.
Yeah.
He's never injured.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Oh, I'm telling you, I when you train with him, and you train with the Oscars, how fit he is, like he drops off as a 6 to start of the game, just to get into the game. But then when it gets busier, the game, he's running in behind, and the run is on the money all the time. The pass is on the money all the time. He picks up the 5 minutes of free kick. Oh, here we go. You can see goalkeepers making bigger walls now and taking lads out, and they're going short a couple of times now. Getting he's just. I think he's the best junior soccer player to ever play in the Carlow.
He's superb. And you watch a lot of the Newark teams. Like Gavin will say, "I'll change the team now tonight or tomorrow night, for instance. I'll change it maybe Sunday."
No, Dino play.
Dino will be in.
Yeah.
Dino will be. He'll want to play. It's not. It's Gavin will probably want to rest him, but Dino will be like, "No, I'm playing."
But even when Gavin is on it and you speak to Dotsy and all this kind of like I be speaking to Oscar trainer games and Gavin's on the podcast, he cracks if standards in training is not good enough.
Yeah, he tells me that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the standard he sets. And sometimes he does it without even opening his mouth. If he's willing to run if the best player in Carlow is willing to run the extra yards, the other lads react around him then.
Yeah, follow suit.
Honest to God.
It's like following the leader.
And if a great that middle tree is the hardest tree to play against. Him, James McGrath, and Jordan Herman. The rotation in that is sick.
Yeah. Sometimes King Clary.
Yeah, they've pushed Jordan up to a 9 now, so they have.
Yeah.
Jordan's playing more of a 9
who I think is extremely underrated, lads.
I do say that in work with him. I think Jordan's better in with Dean.
I wouldn't touch that middle tree.
They don't really have a 9. And imagine if they did have a 9.
I'd play it.
But Davey, they don't do the 9 for him, no? He
plays up to the right of the tree. Kind of
inside door, right?
Right, he plays out more to the right of a tree.
9
when they play the 4-3-3, he plays out on the right of it. So I will.
I play Jamie Farrell up there. Jamie Murphy, sorry. I think he's
hurt, is he?
No, I don't. Well, if they had their best team, I just think he's a natural goal scorer, and I think Jordan is better in the middle tree.
Yeah. But I do listen to people talking about Newark needing 9. Like, do they really? Like, they've goals from everywhere.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. There's
like they're playing. I know they played Jordan in there, but he's kind of more of a false. Like, would a Callum suit them? Like Callum's type of player, or would a Dockett's kind of player suit them? Do you think?
I think Danny Dale is something down to the ground.
I think Danny would suit anyone down to the ground.
I do. I think with the wingers running off him, Danny Dale can hold the ball up no matter who's there. You ain't getting off him.
But even look at the goal Dickie scored in the last round in Leinster, right?
Yeah,
that's what I want to say to you. Tell me a player in that Newark squad that hasn't scored.
Yeah,
like they've goals everywhere.
Apart from Craig Carney, the goal.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I think it's a myth. I think there's 2 big myths around that group. Oh, they've no depth. All right, 11 trophies in 4 years, and they've not. Oh, they need a 9. No, they fucking don't need a 9. They're in Leinster final, lads.
I think a lot of people compare that because
they're idiots.
No, yeah,
moving on.
No, but they do. There is to compare it because of the centre forward you have. And it's he's now centre forward, but it's a different team to way.
100%. Yeah. 110%. And you know what it is? If we went out on the Newark template, we wouldn't have won the league and we wouldn't match them.
No.
I don't think any team would.
No.
But if they went and tried to do our template, they probably couldn't.
Well, they couldn't do your template without someone like
exactly.
Your centre forward.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's a different way to play.
Yeah.
The style to play, the system to play. I keep saying it, the wingers inside, the third man run, diags into that area.
Everybody knows their job.
They're nailed. They're nailed on.
I still think if they had a proper, I know you're saying no, but I think.
I'm not saying that a 9 wouldn't go in and play with them, but I'm saying, what's the big ask? Do they really need one when they're scoring loads of goals?
You go back 2 years ago when they won the 2 qualies. Remember Cody Mulhall was to come in?
Yeah.
My God, he was something serious. So he was.
Well, was he top scorer?
I think he changed late in the season, didn't he? He changed in January. He was at Clonmullion, you see. He changed in.
He done a full season, did he not?
No,
he didn't. He left after. Sorry, you're right.
I just think, and I think, and if you're talking about Newark, and don't get me wrong,
it's apples and pears, isn't it?
It is. It is. You throw someone in there and it falls apart, like, sure, why fix something that wasn't
exactly,
broke?
Yeah.
You know?
It's an argument, but the way to play soccer, they don't need a 9.
No, it's brilliant. They're brilliant to watch.
Yeah, to be fair to them. Is it you, Pop?
I picked Dean, didn't I?
Okay.
So it's
Oh, you're right too. Brandon Kelly, Jack O'Neill, King Cleary.
Brandon Kelly. I think
10, 6, 8.
8.
Gotcha. Go on.
I think Brandon Kelly, a lot of the Pat's good stuff goes through him. I was actually watching, who was it, back to Man United,
Carrick.
No, Cody Manu the other day when he said getting a yard on the pitch is as good as getting a mile. Brandon Kelly does that on the pitch for Pats. You know, to say you get a yard is as good as a mile. And you watch him when the ball goes into him, he's very, very good at getting 2 yards of space and getting a pass off. He's so good. He got a lot of important goals at the right times this year, coming to the end of it.
Yeah, correct.
I think we were talking about the Wood Newark team. I think if he went to Newark, he starts. That's how good I think he is.
I think if Brandon goes to Wexford Youths, he starts.
He's brilliant. Yeah, I do. I think he's brilliant.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think for me, looking at it this year, what he's added, Micko, for me is he's added a patience where if it's not going well and we can't get on it, he'll just tell a fullback to go on and I'll just occupy that space and we'll get in 4 or 5 passes here and we'll calm things.
Yeah.
He's grown so much.
But he's so young.
Contrary devil.
Yeah, but you forget how young he is.
Like,
do you know?
Yeah, she's a chap.
Yeah.
He gets confused. Well, he gets contrary over people doing stupid things. Which you would yourself. I would myself. But
it's levels. Like he's at that level. He's he's trying to get. We were saying about Dean Kelly from Newark.
Well, he's
He's
Pat's
the
Dean
exact
Kelly.
same. You know.
No doubt.
He's Pat's Dean Kelly. That's
it.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. So
and
he's the same.
If
you're saying he's getting.
He does the 6, 8 and the 10. No problem.
He's brilliant.
Does, but you couldn't pin the 2 of them down.
No.
Do the 6 or do the 10.
No,
just let them do what they do.
Supervision.
Let them do what they do.
He does.
Yeah, you have other players around them.
Unbelievable vision.
Like a 6 to complement Dino, and you have a 6 to complement Brandon. But if a player around him is clever and Dino drops into the 6 or Brandon, the other player has to learn to step on because they can do any role.
Yeah, they're brilliant. No,
they're brilliant. He's a lovely fucking fella. I swear to God, he's a gentleman.
Oh, gentleman, yeah. Loves a pair of shorts as well in December. But I was going to say his vision. Like some of the skies on Brandon's passes.
Yeah.
Like he gets on the ball and you're saying, where's he going with this? And he cut one back. And like all of a sudden the lad is in on goal. I didn't even see that.
The ball for the first goal against, I think it was the Kilkenny and the Oscar trainer.
Yeah.
That was typical of him.
Unbelievable.
And then we got fouled and scored a free kick then.
Yeah, pure blind.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Jamie,
yeah, boom.
Yeah.
Didn't
Jamie
even
killed
see
it.
it. Yeah.
Just sort of caught underneath Jamie.
Yeah, that was the first night in Pats, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember that. He's just brilliant. I just think he doesn't, like you say about getting to 2 yards, like, you know, say, oh, yards goes a mile. He'll get that 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Not even a backlift on the leg, poof, ball is gone. You know what I mean?
No, he's good.
He's just brilliant. I think he's brilliant.
Jack O'Neill, Keane Cleary, Pop.
Keane Cleary. I just think he's after having Dino goes in the 8 and Keane in the 6.
Okay, gotcha.
He's after having a brilliant season.
Yeah.
He's a bite about him, I love as well. And he's underrated too, like Jordan.
Yep.
Very, very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like he scored a bicycle kick up in Treaty Yard this year, was a phenomenal goal. But he's picked up so many good performers this year. Every time I go and see him, he's like an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
He does the 9, he does the 8, he does the 6, he does the winger, he does either side.
Keen.
He play left full for you. Do you know what I mean? And every time he plays in a position, he's excellent in the position.
Yeah,
he plays.
it doesn't matter what position.
No, it doesn't matter.
He do the job.
No, and he covers. And I love him when even when the 6, he like Jesus. He's intelligent.
Yeah.
When my centre half is in trouble here, he goes up a gear pace wise to get in the position to play a little 1-2 with the defender to get us out. He's not going strolling in there to get it. He can stroll in around the field anytime he wants to be on the ball, facing the game, or the game is in front of him. But when he spots the centre half is in trouble, or the left full back or right full back is in trouble, he's gone. He goes up a gear pace wise, get himself into bigger position, bounce it to me, back to Craig, out to Luke Graham, and we're out.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that only comes from him. If the 6 doesn't do that, you can't get out there.
He has a big footballing brain. Like,
he's
you know what I
brilliant.
mean? Because he's not the biggest lad either.
No.
You see him there and you're thinking, Jez,
he's not
this lad's going to get flat.
He's a messer, man.
Not a chance of it.
Yeah, he's deadly.
He's well able to stick up for himself on the pitch.
He's a good player. Like Keane coached him years ago. Really, really good player.
Yeah.
I have to say, very intelligent and wiry. And I like the wiry factor.
I love it.
Man. He wouldn't put over.
It's a cog you have to have in your machine, man.
And he can finish, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he can finish,
like
you
I
know.
said, the bicycle kick up in Gritty Yard in the game. They drew. No, they got beat 2-1 in the league. He scored a goal like that.
Yeah. Outrageous. Last midfielder, last round. Josh Moore, Ryan Byrne, Shane Duffy.
Me, is it?
Yeah.
Josh Moore, Ryan Byrne.
Shane Duffy. This is a podcast. No one's pressed pause.
Where's the submarine? I'll go. I think Josh should have a fantastic season. I'm going to push on Keane and put Josh on the 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Josh has been brilliant. I think he played a couple of games for Pat's left full and then they signed Carlos and he's excelled in the 6. And he's if a team gets physical around him, he's no better man to get physical with you.
No,
he's been brilliant.
He's been brilliant.
I'd say consistently Pat's one of Pat's best players. He's a winner, isn't he?
Pat's best player in the conversation there.
Since Christmas anyway, yeah.
I think since the day he came in, since the night I seen him in training and put my arms around him. I know. Josh is, well, tell you what he is, and it's like the thing I said last week. This is how you know Josh Moore is really good, right? When the very good players get tired, the Josh Moores get the better of you because they don't get tired.
No.
So anything he lacks in Dean Kelly quality, he's going to give you a work rate and he's going to give you attention to detail. Yeah. There's a snippet of our game in Critty Yard where we were up the pitch. I think we were winning 2-1 at the time, or 3-2. We were up the pitch and the ball goes into the keeper's hands and he launches one. And there's one player, this is like the 79th minute or something. There's one player winning the race back towards St. Pat's goal, Josh Moore. And I think he was the highest player in the attack.
There you go.
The night we played G, our second goal in the corner.
Yeah.
He scrambled back with a couple of other players. He scrambled the whole way back into the corner, about 50-yard run, and turned over the ball.
That was a really good goal, actually, because he was worked out really well
into Joe Gordon.
That was really good goal.
Do you know them players who love the donkey work?
Yeah.
They are priceless in the team.
Yeah.
They are the players you want because when the very good players get tired, them players come out on top.
They're brilliant. I thought he's had a fantastic season. He deserves to be in it.
A great lad for the club and a great lad all round as well. An absolute gentleman. And what Carlow's GA has lost, I can tell you one thing, is Carlow Soccer's gain and St. Pat's gain. I hope he says that forever. It's up to you, Micko. Ryan Byrne, Shane Duffy. Poor old Duffy broke your heart.
Do you know what? I had this conversation with a lad the other day. I'd put Duffy in. I think he's brilliant.
I think he's awesome, yeah.
I think Byrne Celtic or Shane Duffy away from being relegated. That's how big he is a player for him.
What a fucking statement that is.
No, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
And I think if Shane Duffy is injured or anything for Byrne, they're in big trouble.
We played Byrne Celtic twice this year. Shane Duffy didn't play against us twice.
There you go.
Where?
No, he was skiing. I got Tom Bigley brought him away skiing. his nephew.
For the trip.
Yeah, his nephew. Go bring him over to Finland, wherever he's going. Brought him over, and then he was away for the second other game. But we beat them handy down in Byrne on the Saturday night, and then we beat them in the Platts, where I knew he was going away skiing with Tom and that. And it's if a manager. The greatest respect you give him is that if you're coaching against him, you have a different approach when he's on the field and when you don't. Your tactics are different. Yeah,
I fully agree with you. And I am, like I say, I know I go back to saying, like, you know, Byrne Ara, Shane Duffy away from being relegated next year.
He's a class player.
It's a fair statement, Micko.
I know, and I stand by that. Like, you know, he dragged them out with so many holes this year. You look at the Parkville game, 1-0, Duffy.
Yeah.
The Killree game, Duffy got the goals.
Well, if Byrne Celtic score, he scores.
He scores, yeah.
He's the one who scores all the time. He scored 2 up in Critty Yard.
And he's deceptively quick. You think, you know, with the ball at his feet. Like, you know, some lads can kick a ball and run.
Yeah.
Not that quick. But this man can get a ball at his feet.
Let me tell you something.
And run.
That man is on serious demand.
Yeah.
Rugby.
The rugby is calling him. The county is calling him for the football. He won't go in. The Ballon. Loves Ballon playing football. Yeah. Ballon with the soccer.
One chap club as well on Airport Byrne Celtic.
Yeah.
Wait till the 1st of July and he gets a knock on the front door and his Badger standing at the door.
Poor old Badger's getting hammered. And you won't go after Shane Duffy.
Shane, I'll never tell you how good you are. Let me in there till I tell you.
Badger's going wrong with his Shane. He's yellow tie.
Poor old Badger, I'm so sorry. Badger, you know what it is? People don't know the real you. That's the problem. It's only the perception you. No, I think Shane Duffy, do you know what it is going to touch on your point? Do you know what he can do? When he dribbles, he can go both ways.
Yes.
Which is extremely rare in a player.
Yeah.
The best players in Carlow can't go both ways.
No.
He can dribble,
he's brilliant.
Right dribble, left dribble, and he's the best dribbler. I mean, I coached.
He's taking up the golf now
for the Kennedy Cup. He's the best dribbler I've ever coached.
Yeah.
At that.
I seen you dribbling something like you're better.
Yeah, it was the nicest pizza.
10 pints in there. Stroke face.
No, he's stroke mouth. No, he's since he's a kid, he's absolutely awesome.
Him and Fagan up front are a handful. They're a handful when the two of them. And if you go back through a lot of the Byrne games this year, a lot of the results, like the ones they lost, none of the boys were there. Fagan missed a few games during the middle of the season, remember?
Yeah.
Duffy, like you said, Duffy didn't play against you twice. But then you go to all the games the one, the boys are there.
Oh yeah.
The 2 boys are there.
Oh yeah.
It's not just one of them, you know what I mean?
You have to have them for the year though if you want to do well.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, you know, you take
Cup semi-final coming up now and they're after having a really good last 5 or 6 games, they'll be right at.
Yeah.
Like the beat Critty Yard, beat G down there, beat Parkville.
They need to stiffen up their defence big time though.
They do. They know that as well.
But they have it's a fairly well structured club though, lads, in the sense that they have a decent B team there, and they have a decent. I think their youths
B team won a cup final, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they were bet. They only bet them. I think they're youths were second or third to Hanover, right? Close to them anyway, in top 4, top 5.
Hanover, Podge.
Fuck me.
Oh, no.
I think so. I think they need to get the recruitment right.
Yeah.
They need to keep Des Clark number 1.
They need to keep all the players they have now.
And add 3 or 4.
They added a couple there in January. Remember, a couple of lads came in, I think one or two came from Wish and all that, and made them stronger. Remember going to watch them against Vale. I think it was the only game on all season.
A couple of big physical. Mark Morrissey.
Big lads. Yeah. And that made a difference, you know, because you're not being pushed off the ball. And I think this year was a massive learning curve for them. I go back to when we got promoted, you know, you're thinking, holy shit, where am I going to get a result out of here? You know, we came up with the first one, didn't lose a game.
Yeah.
Played 14 games, 140 or 113, drew 1, and we drew it was Vale away or something. And then we come up to the Premier League and lost.
Yeah.
And then we got 5 wins in a row, and that was it. So it's off, you know, that time. And I think if Byrne keep the likes of Duffy, Killing keep them fit, keep them on the pitch. You have to have them on the pitch. You know, we have them signed up and they're not there for 8 games a season.
Correct and true.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think
you're spot on. But I don't. Again, they're you know, they're not. They're 3 players away from being probably top 4, top 5 as well. Do you know what I mean? Like as you said, if we can get them lads on the pitch.
Yeah, they have to be on the pitch though.
Yeah, they have a few like Dara Donoghue was there as a nice player. Ryan Clark is there as a nice player. Sean Tracy was in and around it. Like they have a few nice, good
Miles
players.
Hutton is in our academy.
Miles Hutton. You know,
Jamie Fitz.
Jamie Fitz, yeah. You know, they've but as you said, there's no point in having them unless you can get them on the fucking
No, you
pitch.
need them on the pitch, like, you know.
Exactly.
You do.
Right wing, my player of the year, Jan Flesher, James Dolan, and forgive me, Ogswilla Stafford from Cohesion, who I thought was brilliant tonight how he played against us. I think it's Popa.
I got a big Jan. For a young lad that age, it's aggressive running, it's constructive running. He's youth again next year, I think, is he, Podge? I'm nearly sure. He didn't play youth this year because...
He could be, yeah.
I don't think Pat's team was so good in youth,
He just decided it was leaving certain that he'd rather play Premier. It's great to have the option at that age, isn't it?
Imagine.
No, he's see him playing, man. He's brilliant. He just covers the ground. My God.
He's like,
you know what I mean? You ought to twist and just let him off running. Yeah. He's like one of them Yorks. Never tapping the bell like this. Just let him off, man.
But you know what?
Yeah.
He likes to tackle.
Loves it.
Do you know, for a young lad, you're thinking, you know, some young lads going into that, like you said, he's still youth, you were saying.
Yep.
So some young lads thinking, see a lad like a proper full grown man running, they're not going in on this lad. Not him. Not him.
Yeah.
No,
he's a well built young lad.
He got it rough though against Vale. He got it rough against Vale 2 weeks ago. Like when I say I got it, he got it, and he never shirked once.
Yeah. Never
wins, never moans. Got up and got on with it. And for me, I think he's definitely Carlow's Young Player of the Year. Has to be.
He
fucking has to be.
All the past has there and sender.
Of course, we haven't won a trophy in 23 years, but
Rushmore there beside me.
I just think he's an assist monster. He works really hard. He can play a bit, and he loves that run from out to in. And he's very hard mark.
Where do you play him?
On the right.
On the right.
Yeah, majority of the games played on the right, and then if someone comes off the midfield,
the left foot doesn't get out, does he, Bodge?
No, but I'm saying he sits on that right, Micko, and he'll come in.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
because he has the ability that if it breaks down, he's quick enough to get out there anyway.
Yeah, because a couple of times he played us, he drifted into the middle of it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? He kind of, you know, he left the gap out wide.
He's clever for a young man. Like I said,
he knows when to get out of that area.
He's physical.
Yeah. Oh, he's physical. Yeah.
The only downside, does he pick up many goals, Podge?
I think he has 9 goals and 10 assists this year in the league. Yeah, roughly in around that, I think.
You're giving me false stats there, but I think. But anyway, let's you away.
Sorry, 19 goals.
No, sorry, there you go. Yeah.
Who you going, Micko? So you have James Dolan or this is scandalous. Ogswilla Stafford. I think he's Hawaiian.
I think James Dolan has been Crichton best player, you could argue, this year.
Yeah.
I thought he's.
I thought at the start of the season Crichton were better than they were last year.
So did I.
Genuinely did not. And I said it on other things, you know what I mean?
Paper.
I did. I thought.
No, looking at them, I thought they were better. Yeah.
I thought these guys are better than they were last year.
Yeah.
And they kind of half disappointed me throughout the season. You know, they got a couple of bad results, but then when I looked at the results, I think Vale bet them. Comfort wasn't there. You take Comfort out of that team, they're a different kettle of fish. Like you're on about lads organising this team or that team. Craig Comfort organised that whole backline for.
Oh, he does.
For
and in front of him as well, by the way.
Yeah, because he came down to us today as well, and I thought he won't be back. Of course, he was back.
Yeah.
Bet's 2-1 down below.
But if he's not there, if he's there, if you're not working, you'll know about it.
Yeah,
you can say the same on Mikey as well, though, right?
Yeah. Mikey's been
a big loss from this year as well.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah,
you know he's That back three last year was
How many games did they win 1-0 last year?
Unbelievable.
I couldn't get up. I've
Or
had
2-1.
loads of their games last year.
Yeah.
1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And the goalkeeper, do you know? Everyone, loads of people think, this guy can't be that good. He's...
Unbelievable in goal from last year.
Jesus Christ, lads. He
made
made
a save
after
against us in the Platts with a 1-1.
Yeah.
Last kick of the game, and I was like, how did he get down to that?
Yeah.
And you're like, he's a big lad, like.
Yeah,
but how did he get? It was brilliant. I said,
he's brilliant.
Christ, that's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People see him and think,
I think Nathan was refereeing and he just give out for a corner. And I said, did he get at the end of the game?
He got
it. Touch on that. He said, yeah, some save.
Great save, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
he's done really well, yeah.
It's funny you say that because I actually looked at him a couple of times this year, early in the season as well, and I thought to myself, oh, Jesus, these are
100%.
These look a lot better than last year.
Yeah. I remember talking to Martin Rees now at the back of the goal, and he's like, you feckers have made a layer of me. I says, I thought you were better than all. But then they were back in it. They got back into the league out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that's a 2-horse race now. And then all of a sudden, Cretty went on a run of betting teams.
Yeah.
So they did, because they got a few bettings along the way. It's not like them.
They did, yeah. They got, yeah.
It's not like them playing six goals here or there,
Yeah.
And then they got back into the league. And I thought, these lads are back in it again. And look, sure, the Pats one was killer then. Pats bet them, that was the end of that.
Yeah.
That was the end of that. And actually, I think what else didn't help them was remember when Pats bet G came back and bet G that day? Kind of deflated them a small
So the following Sunday they drew us in the Blats.
Yeah. And then they got bet by Pats the week after that. And that was
nearly 4 points.
5 points drop straight away, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. That was them gone out of the league.
Because Cretty Yard beating the Walk at the time was the worst result for us.
Yeah, because it kept 3 minutes.
Because it kept 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was the worst result for us.
Yeah.
Who'd you go with? James or Mr. Stewart? Stafford?
Stafford. I think.
What do you think of him?
I think he's very good.
Yeah.
I think Cohesion finished 4th this year, lads. Do you know what I mean? And I've watched a good bit of them as well. Their squad is very thin. Do you know? I think I watched them. They came to Killree.
Lads away and lads to
yeah, they came with 14 players to Killree. They were again Baggingstone, I think, a couple of weeks after I was over the pitch and they only had 12 players.
Yeah.
Do you know? And you're thinking, Jesus, they can't step.
But that's I said at the Podge in one of the episodes. They played Phoenix in that game with the Night of the Fog.
Yeah.
I went up and watched it and I was like, I couldn't believe how bad they were.
Yeah.
Like Phoenix could have scored 8 goals in the first half. Right? And we played them 2 weeks later. And we beat them.
Yeah.
But there was 8 different lads on the bench around the squad, the match card that was there that night. And then going, then how did I have 12 and 13 lads on the card?
Yeah.
So I don't know what goes wrong.
They must have signed 35 players. Like
signed a lot.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's very good.
I think he's very good too.
A handful against us.
I haven't seen enough of him, Podge, being honest. I don't think he played against us.
Left foot off the right.
He was in Augusta, but
Jesus.
Fuck me. On a plane once in his life and going on as if he was fucking.
I was on the twice. He was in Vegas as you, wasn't he?
Oh, that's right, yeah. Surprised you remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's an episode. Do the Vegas episode, would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, back to Stafford. You go through Cohesion, like they scored a lot more goals this year again, like, you know.
Yeah.
They're going forward, they're really good.
Yeah.
So they were.
Need to keep steely, I think.
The last your man to Brea.
Eric,
and then Stafford come in and
but that's an example of signing players, though.
Didn't he?
But what did like Eric's a fantastic player, great player. But how many games did he play for them?
I think he only played about 3, did he?
Did he even play 3 games?
He was coaching.
He definitely played a few because I've seen him on the.
Played against us and Pats. I know that much.
He was on the. I don't know whether he was injured when we played him in Cohesion, but he was
coaching.
He was coaching on the sideline. Yeah,
him and Gregor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2 of them, yeah. But yeah, the Cohesion did come forward. No point. Like, I know you can say, I should look to finished wherever near the bottom last year was a completely different team this year.
Did you?
Two things for me looking at Cohesion is key for them: consistency in squad, and a small bit more quality, and I think they won't be too far off.
Keeping everyone to have is good. You know what I mean? Like,
can't keep everyone to have. There is not a junior club on earth can keep 35 players happy.
Well, not 35, but
well, clearly they have. Clearly they must have 30 signed.
They signed a lot. They signed a lot, but they're
not turning up.
No.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean?
You need a consistent.
No matter what way you look at it, like if that was yourselves next year, and you had 35 lads signed up, and the first thing you're going to do is look and so, well, Popa didn't turn up for 14 out of 16 weeks.
Yeah,
we're not signing him back up again next year.
Yeah,
I don't care.
But the problem is when he turns up for the 2, this is the problem. So if you have a squad of 35, right, and you're pick a mixing, say 16 from 35, there's you couldn't be happy.
You can't do it.
No. You can't do it.
And that's
unless you're playing roll on, roll off. No. Unless they're coming between A and B, which they can't do because there's obviously a rule.
There's not a squad of 35s in the country that has 35 lads signed.
No. But you know what?
And that's roll on, roll off.
But that's what I mean by consistency. They need a consistent. Like I look at the Connect, I love it, and I don't think I've ever seen a same Cohesion 16.
No,
ever.
But that's down to like like, no matter what you say, even with us with Killree, going back to Killree, I always had the same 18 lads, like.
Yeah.
Had them all, though. Mightn't have the same 11, like, you know what I mean? Because lads are working, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
about
but
that.
within your 18, it was in your group.
Within that 18, 20 lads I have, they're there every Sunday. So I'm picking an 11 out of that 18.
Yeah.
If you're telling me they're picking 11 out of 35 players.
But what I'm saying is, there's no one, even out of that 18, like, there's no one out of that 18 rocks up and plays 2 games a year.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the truth, though. No, it is the truth. Yeah. And that's why I think, like I said, go back to, we won't take away from the chap now, because I've put him in there, but Cohesion definitely, like, going forward, they were a lot more dangerous this year. A lot more dangerous. So
I think they were very good. I thought they were excellent.
They play the fast, like, they play fast, they kind of lure you in and then they go to a 4-2-4.
Yeah.
They push, the 2 wingers push right up the strike. Adam Steed, and then they get the ball and they'll go short if they want, they'll kick, they'll lump it into the corner and Steed has gone after it. Comes in from the right.
The sign that left back from Bray under the 20s.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
That Adam Doyle at centre half, I thought, has been absolutely unbelievable.
I remember I text you, I was talking just now, I thought he can out to Killree now. You know, Killree's not an easy place to score.
Yeah.
And he was just solid out, just on the basics.
Very good.
Basics. But like, he knew when under pressure, he just got rid of it. He took it down, gone. Out, straight away out danger. And then what they had was, they had the boys up front. And if they kicked it long, they ran. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They ran after him, put us under pressure straight away.
Yeah, well, it was sure Steed, like...
So when he's on it, man.
When he's on it, but when he's on, there's only one way to go. And that's the Steed.
Yeah.
You know, you can play all passing all you want. But you have him and he's on it, as you said. It's the only place we're going, lads.
Yeah, they do that a lot, though.
What a target, man.
They do that a lot. You line up tomorrow against Cohesion. Your right back is going to be... Steve's going to drift out to your right back.
Yeah.
And he'll come in on his right foot then.
Yeah.
That's what he does. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He'll never stay centre. He'll always go between the right centre back and your right back. Especially up in Cohesion. You're thinking, lads, this ball's going that way. Boom, it's gone.
But for 4 seasons now, he's been the top 3 top scorers. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in trouble next year because we're not there. He gets about 20 against us every
year. Left wing, up to you, Micko. LA11, as you know.
Right.
The artist formerly known as Lord.
Prince,
now known as LA11.
LA11. This happens when you win the league.
Yeah, this is what happens when you win the league, bud. Lord, Owen Byrne, Rob Bulmer.
Lord. Yeah.
LA11. What a guy.
I'm only joking.
Yeah.
But that's his moniker. But Lord is...
He had an outstanding season, didn't he?
Well, it goes to show the last 2 seasons he was working, so he could only play Saturday nights.
Yeah.
And if you look at our form, the games we lost were Sunday games. Even the morning against G, right? We scored late on to equalise 1-1.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we didn't have Lord for any of them games.
Yeah.
And if you look at the 6 games we drew, I think 4 of them were away.
He wasn't there.
And he wasn't there.
Yeah, he was... I'd go back to our season there this year. Like, you know, we double up on him. So we had to try something, you know. I thought about it. So I played with, like I said, the triple 3 centre backs with a left back, right back.
Yeah.
And we kind of gave away the wings, you know what I mean? In the first game, we gave away the wings, got me 4 midfielders tuck in. And then the minute it went out to the left or the right to Lord, 2 lads were out on top of him. Get out on him. And he's that good, you know. I think there's a lot of teams have to double up, and you don't double up on him, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
If he gets you 1-on-1, and you're kind of, you know what I mean?
You're
if you're on the back foot, you're done. You're done. Because he'll go left, right, doesn't matter. He'll go left again, and then he'll leave you on your arse, and he's come back in.
He's, even with the Oscar trainer, he's been brilliant this year for us.
He's superb.
And he's a great lad in amongst the boys as well, you know. He's a top man.
He's a great lad, yeah.
Great time
very underrated finisher as well. Like a great eye for a goal.
I think he got 17 goals or something in the league.
Yeah, he's a great eye for a goal. Super finisher, and I just love his attitude. I love his application. I love the way he's always late. I just love everything about him. Do you know what I mean?
He's always in good form, though. Well, you see him a lot more than me, but every time I see him, he's always in good form.
He's a good buzz.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, he's always in good form. You know?
But he'll wind you up, like, you know, he loves it. Like, he's not that person, but he'll take a balloon over his shorts and blow it up to celebrate. You know what I mean? And he just, because he knows it winds everyone's up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of character he is. I like him. I think he's a winner.
No, he's definitely has to be in the team, doesn't he? Has to be in it.
That leaves you with Owen Byrne and Rob Bulmer.
Owen Byrne has to go into the team. I thought he was his best year this year for Hanover. I thought he was fantastic. He played a lot of games through the middle as a number 9. And then we found a centre forward in Kieran, and Owen and Aaron play off Kieran, and Owen has been absolutely... when he's not there, you realise he's not there. That's how good he's become. He can improve technically wise, he knows that himself, but my God, what an honest shift.
Guard, is he?
He's trying to be a guard.
Yeah, he's only a young lad as well. Like, you know,
but what an honest shift every single game. Like he gets a lot of injuries. He didn't even know.
Would anyone beat him on a straight line?
Running?
Yeah.
Not a hope of it. Aaron might.
Straight line.
Yeah, Aaron might.
I don't even think Aaron would.
No, Aaron is more
dynamic.
off the spot. He's quick movements is ridiculous. Like, but Owen Byrne has been fantastic. He's probably been our player of the year. I'd say. You know, he's
said it to Pop or to Podge. I totally agree with it. He went under the radar because everyone's talking about Aaron.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I think he was your top goal scorer in the league, wasn't he?
He was close to.
I think he was top goal scorer in the Premier League.
At the top of the start, yeah. But
and I thought everything
he's having a brilliant season, and like then Bulmer for Parkville that's not getting in. He's had a brilliant season.
Injuries
for
hurt Rob. Yeah. I think Rob Bulmer is a proper soccer player.
He covers ground, man. Big unit.
Did he score a winner against you? Did he?
No, was it Mikey? Was it Mikey scored it?
Was it? He scored a winner against Newark, right?
Bulmer,
Rob.
Yeah,
that's what I think it was Mikey the Boss got the winner against us.
Oh, the Boss is a good player as well. That's very
good player. So know him all along. You know.
Yeah.
You know, he was always a good player. You know. You know, he's stepping up a bit now to about time. You know.
Yeah.
He's around a good while now. You know.
Needs. You talk about that consistency.
Yeah.
I just think Bulmer, the Bosch, like when you had likes of Mitch Kelly and the Tester and Sheridan, like, you know, even Robbie Byrne, like lads you can build a team around. They need the consistency around them, like Jack, Killian, and I just think they need to get it right. I think if they can get it right, I think Parkville could be one to watch.
We'll be here this time next year, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we could be
6th.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, honestly, every year,
yeah.
And and I like the boys. I do like the Parkville lads, and I work with Larkin works with us, and I know Podge fierce well.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what we'll be here next year. It's the same thing. Parkville, where do they come? 6th.
You wonder though, because they make a liar of you. Because I'm saying it since we started this podcast.
Yeah.
People are actually even skipping me over it.
Yeah.
Where I say there's not a group of players more talented than what they have.
Yeah. Like
and that's you're always on about them.
No, I tell you.
I just don't know.
Every year, anyway.
Striker. Callum, Danny Doyle, Jamie Maher.
Callum.
Were you first?
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
I was.
You weren't.
So you picked Lord.
Oh, you were, yeah. My sincere apologies to that.
Yeah, come under yourself.
I do apologise to that, Papa.
Jesus Christ.
I'm terrible sorry. Callum, talk to me, Papa.
So he's been the standout player for me, for Pats. I know you say different, you're with them every week, but Lord has had a fantastic season. They've all had fantastic seasons. You can't not have a fantastic season when you're winning the league in a league that's like that. That's that competitive, but I just think he's a proper centre forward. He has every attribute you want in your team. And it's not even the goals he scored. It's a couple of things he done in the year. I remember looking at he's played Cricket Yard, beat him 6-3 or 6-4, was it? And I would have done what Craig has done. I'd clatter this lad and see what he's like.
Yeah.
And Craig hit my proper belt about 3 or 4 minutes into the game.
Didn't bother him.
Didn't react. No reaction. It was like, don't care what he's up to do. Nothing. It wasn't a free kick. It was just give him a proper belt.
Don't.
Yeah, and he just reacted. But he scored a couple of goals that night. His diagonal runs is fantastic. His hold up play, he drops into the 10, he keeps it, he scores goals. He helps defensively, set pieces, attacking wise. I thought he's absolutely brilliant. Yeah. He's after having Pats have got lucky getting a player of that calibre in. You know, to get players like that in.
Yeah, I agree.
You have your Lord was obviously nearly, what would you say? He's there his first full season in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Adding the goals. Then you have Callum. You added Josh Moore into that.
Yeah. You
added Rav into that. Let's not forget about Niels that was there, right?
Joe
Gordon that came in. Then, all right, shut up, you. Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? And then you've Carlos to sign at Christmas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
But they have all attributes, but they know if like that can score from anywhere.
And
like the goal he got against Newark.
Yeah, where he chased down Keaton.
He chased down Keaton. Like, and he's clever.
And Keaton didn't do anything really wrong, you know.
The problem was the ball hopped.
Yeah.
And then you're in trouble with someone like that. Like, you have to take the mess out of the equation straight away. Deal with the situation before he comes on top of you. If you wait 3 or 4 seconds for someone like that to come, then you're in trouble. And he came in and he just got his body around, nicked it off Keaton, and he lobbed Craig. But it wasn't Craig's fault. It was, you'd say, Keaton's fault, if anything. But I just think he's been brilliant. Like, everybody said it about him, you know. And, I just think, he goes into any team. I think he's a fantastic footballer. Intelligent.
He's very quick.
Rapid,
yeah.
Like, under press as well.
I seen him against, I think it was Byrne one night, and it was a dull old game, you know, out in Byrne. Pat's made a few subs, made a few changes that night, and he comes short. I came short twice, you know, I just got the ball, laid it off, and just stood there. Came short next thing, laid it off. Then he came short the third time. The minute he touched the ball, he was gone. Ball was in behind, bang, goal. I would know her. Like literally, it was 0-0 I think at the time.
Yeah.
And I would know her, bang, and then
Yeah.
I think on her 2 goals, 3-0 game over.
Yeah.
Do you know, and
He was excellent.
he just lured the defence into a false sense. He's going to go here, get this ball, give it to you, and stay there. Do you know? And when we played him down below, I remember the two that are in Patson, we had the 3 centre backs, and he said, basically, what do I do? I said, one is make sure you follow him. I said, the other 2 tuck in, because if he turns and runs, he's going straight into the 2 ye.
But he makes that's what I love about him. He makes the opposition make a decision.
Yeah.
So he drops out, and you're saying, no, let him drop out because he's going away from goal. If he turns, because he can play, right? He can play a pass, he can play behind.
Nice.
But then if you're following him out and you're leaving that little chink in the armour, like it's his movement that creates that, and you have someone else going in behind.
Yeah.
Do you know, like it's one of them ones where you're kind of,
It's a very educated.
should we sacrifice
press.
someone
His
for
press
him,
is
lads?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's not a stupid press. You know, straight, like first time I seen him, I was like, Jesus, this lad could be like a man from Black Forest. He said it was brilliant. Jesus Christ, fucking gazelle running around the field. But his first run, I was like, what a run that is.
Yeah.
Puts the defender under pressure straight away, and then you see him a few games you played, and he's without I say he's the best coach I think in the Carlow League, right? Without his intelligence shouting or Badger saying something, he knows him.
Yeah,
you don't have to tell us. He knows the run.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, and it's not going from centre back to say, I'm going across like an Egypt.
Yeah.
He's not. He forces him out, but then
He makes
all of
a
a
gap
sudden
for himself.
he's just jogging and he's forcing you out. And the very minute you take a touch, so you knock the ball from here to the door, his 4 or 5 strides or like 8 or 9 strides for anybody else. Next thing he's nicked the ball off and you're back in.
But that's why he's perfect for the way the way we played this year was that kind of mid block. So like in previous years we got at teams, we chased teams our possession.
Yeah.
We pressed the life out of teams.
Yeah.
Like this year was kind of, well, we don't have to go press them because we have to try and trap them first. Because when you have the likes of him up top and a Niels or a Lord or a Jan or a Joe Sutherland, by the way, who I think's been unbelievable this year, if we can trap you, them lads turn it over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not a case of stupid pressing, as you said, where it's like close man press, get up and get it, try and turn them back. No. Let's drop off, let's trap them wherever, and we'll turn it over. And it's worked a fucking treat. Like,
I think he pulled G through the Bagginson game tonight. Bagginson went 1-0 up. Then he got the penalty and went 1-0 up. And I thought of all the passes, I said it to you, the defenders' passes were afraid or shite of Danny Dale. Danny was taking the ball down, Pats wouldn't give away a penalty. Danny had him in his pocket. He had the 3 centre backs for Pats in his pocket. And he thought, just Pats are in a bit of bother here. Warfield that night stood up. It was him done all the run, him done all the working, and he definitely pulled Pats through that night. So he was outstanding that night.
People forget how good Danny Dale is as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like he's
the boogeyman would be as Chuck Norris is scared of Danny Dale. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of a Chuck Norris joke.
Danny Dale sneaks the lights on because the dark is afraid of him.
Danny. You're not giving me much chase now for the next one, are you?
Danny Dale is the only man to slam a revolving door. Danny Dale or Jamie Marr?
Sure. There's 2 ways to look at it, right? If Danny played a full season, I'd put him in. I think Danny is one of the best number 9s in Carlow and
beyond
in Leinster. Yeah, I do. He came back after Christmas there, shortly after Christmas. He I won't say he kept him up, but he was a massive part of keeping him up, you know, because Keane had a massive hand in that as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Keane comes alive because of Danny.
This is it. That's what I said.
I'm not saying Keane's not a good player, but Danny's runs are so good.
Keane picks him out.
Keane executes the pass exceptionally well.
Yeah.
And it's nailed on.
And what we said about Keane, Danny holds that ball up for Keane coming onto the edge of the box. Do you know, don't give either of them a set piece because they will punish you.
Yeah.
But Jamie Marr was fantastic first half of the season. I think he had starting for you in the Oscars.
He did,
Jeez, he was unbelievable in the Oscars.
Yeah, and
quiet lad though, very quiet chap.
For the whole season, he came up against us. We were 1-0 up, and I would know her. Ball went down the wing, and he out jumped the 2 centre backs. It was a great header to make it 1-1 for them that time, and then he put Salter in to make it 2-1 to get the winner. I just think over the whole season, like if Danny had been there for the whole season, Danny's in.
Yeah,
you know, but because Danny only played about 7 games in the league,
that's all. Yeah,
you know, it's very hard to put me over someone that's been there from
of course,
from the whole season.
Even though you'd reckon he kept them up,
I think he'd massive help in it, and I'd have no ifs or buts about it. If he had been there for the whole season, he's in. He's definitely in my team. But I just thought throughout the whole season, from the first game to the last game, Jamie Marr had a superb season. He scored 16, 17 league goals.
Yeah,
do you know, and that's a lot. So it is, no matter what way you look at it, you can score 16, 17 league goals in the Premier and Carlow. It's a lot. I know Danny got top goal scorer last year, but purely on the fact that Danny didn't turn up till January.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me. That makes perfect sense to me.
An overall team of the year, he's in apart from that. But just on that, like Jamie played the whole season. I just thought he was brilliant for the whole season.
I would tend to slightly agree with you. Yeah, the only thing that I would say that I'd put Danny in because I know what he is, I know what he can do. So what he's done in the length of time would make a difference to me. Do you know what I mean? He'd be in. But I get your point. It is a valid point because Jamie grafted the whole year, do you know? And who's to say if Jamie wasn't McCrit Yard, they wouldn't have finished third? Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just think he got him out. You go through the results, Jamie got him. You can say about
scored a lot of really good, really important goals.
Important ones, yeah. He did. And I just thought he had a brilliant season. Your Oscar team was strong and he still starts, and you had him involved in the squad. And no, Danny would have been in there too if he had been around. But just purely, and it's just purely on the fact that Danny wasn't there for the good first half. He missed a lot of the season. I think he missed something like 11, 12 games. Yeah. And then he came back, and that's the only reason Danny's not in, because he's in every other team. I think he is because he's that good.
You can see the difference he makes to Bagnallstone players. Yeah. And results.
Do you know what he does? Like, you're on about leaders as well with the Bagnallstone team with Danny. Just on Danny before we go.
All right.
He gets lads training. So he does, and that's the truth. Like, I know lads at the start of the season when Bagnallstone were struggling, some of the lads were saying just numbers weren't great at training, and they were training to over 35 at the start of the season. Danny goes back, all of a sudden, this lad's back.
Yeah,
we better go training here now tonight. He's brilliant that way. Yeah, he's great for them. So he's in. Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, just purely like I said, that he didn't play the whole season. Jamie Marr, I thought, had a superb season. That's where you put Jamie in.
Okay, here's the rundown. Popa's 11. Ben McCarron. Keane Dolan right back, Luke Graham left back, Adam McCarron and Joe Gordon centre halves, Dean Kelly, Keane Cleary and Josh Moore midfield 3, Owen Byrne on the left, Callum up top and Jan on the right. 2 questions. I'll ask the second question to both of you in a second. Who's your captain?
Dino.
Yeah. Micko, you're 11. Jamie Wall, Ravo, Dotsy, Andy Kane, Carlos back 4, Keane Doyle in the 6, Brandon Kelly and Shane Duffy midfield 3, Mr. Stafford on the right because I can't pronounce his first name, Jamie in the 9 and Lord on the left. Who's your captain?
Dotsy.
Okay, here's the question. Wild card. There's plenty of lads I didn't mention. Skinner, Kevin Power, a great season for ye. Toby, Chris Gall,
Aaron
Burke, Craig Comerford. I could go on and go on and go on and go on and go on. I'm giving you a wild card. You can make one change to your team that wasn't there if you want. Obviously, you can't pick a player because we can't clone players.
Yeah.
But I'm giving you an opportunity to change a spot. You happy?
I'm happy, yeah.
I'd be happy enough, but Toby could deserve a shout. He played nearly every game. He's, and he didn't do anything wrong all year. Like, he's just unfortunate with the boys he ran out there.
Toby's brilliant.
Yeah, and that's
Toby's brilliant. Chris Gall's brilliant as well. And he had a bad injury and he came back. He was fucking excellent tonight against Barnfield, man.
But no, I don't. I think I'd be happy enough with what I have. I'd take 1 or 2 off Pop's team, all right. No bother to talk that way.
Who'd you take off it?
I take Luke Graham all day. I think he's brilliant.
Callum?
Take Callum, yeah. He's the best striker in the league. Like, you know what I mean? I know.
The plan.
Who got picked first?
Yeah. The plan for this is that we'll pick it. We'll sit down with the Ampifi boys, Penny and James, and we'll see if we can run some kind of charity event. Papa.
Yeah, we'll give it to local charity. Yeah.
We'll put you on one sideline, Micko will put you on the other sideline, and we'll try and run something.
What are you reffing it?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Observing it.
Observing
it.
Watching it on the CCTV.
Just getting the ivory tower. It's nearly finished there now.
Yeah.
What do we do? Fixtures.
Yeah.
Just.
You're a mess, man.
Why do you hate me so much?
I don't hate you, but I just dislike you, that's all. Play golf with you Saturday, man. The thoughts of that?
Yeah, it's going to be great, isn't it? You won't be that smart then. I had my cousin there as backup.
Well, I like James as backup. Was better again.
Yeah, James. You've helped me heavily. One snap mousetrap. More power in the black hole, as Papa said. Wednesday, 7th of May, tomorrow night, Newark versus Clash, and that is the quarter final of the Premier Cup. Winners play Pats on Sunday, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. I know Newark tweeted tonight saying tomorrow night is the last game before the final, but I think that's done for Sunday morning.
We'll find out in a second.
Yeah.
Division 1 in the 35s, Bagnallstown, Newark, Critty Yard, Hanover, Cohesion, Bunclody. See, Critty had a good win against Newark 35s last week.
Willie got a hat-trick.
Yeah, seen the goals are brilliant.
Yeah.
There was 2-2, and then I think there was an incident on the sideline where the flag went up from Critty Yard that the ball was out. The Newark player argued that the ball wasn't, or the ball was out. They argued that the ball wasn't out, so we had the flag, whatever it was, and the free kick was given, and they were still arguing over the decision. And Buzzy, being Buzzy, clever, nicked the ball over the top, and then
Bang,
Willie got the penalty then. But yeah, I seen the midfield three.
Yeah.
Look,
Grace.
Lee Murphy, Brian Carberry, and
was Brian on the midfield?
Brian on the midfield three.
Who's
the other one?
Wait till the season finishes at Newark team. That's you can go in there.
Carberry's up front.
Lee Gordon can go in there. You know,
is Lee Gordon that age?
I think he's that age. I think he is. I think that. So I think the longer the season goes on,
better to get.
Whether they're still in the league or not, you know what I mean, depending on how many 35 games. But say now, come the end in the cups, you won't want to get in the walk. It's
no.
Yeah, 35s division, 35s category is getting stronger and stronger
man.
and stronger.
Man. Imagine rocking up to 35s now. You still playing?
Of course he is.
Man, fit as a fiddle. All them delivering posts.
Popa Maldini. Paul Maldini.
Sweeper.
Yeah, sweeper.
Reinvented sweeper.
Yeah. Division 2, Highview versus St. Felix, St. Pat's versus Slaney. Division 3, Moon Celtic versus Parkville, Ballymurphy versus St. Joseph's, Burn Celtic versus Village. They are all Friday nights. So lads, there's 8 games to go on a Friday night. Fucking soccer's well truly alive by, isn't it?
That over 35 division isn't it? It's gone massive. It's
gone
massive though.
60, I think Bridge pulled over, so there's only 16.
Gone again, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, Bridge gone out.
Bridge are gone out of Premier one, so I think there's Critty, Newark, Hanover.
Anyone gone up?
Bagnallstown, Bunclody.
Yeah, the boys were 3 all there, yeah.
Bunclody and Bagnallstown.
Yeah, I was talking to one lad that helps me out there. He was playing, so he was.
This Saturday, Pats B versus Felix A, Grey Cullen Derby in the Division 1 Cup final. That's in Newark at 6 o'clock. It's a bit early, is it? I suppose it's not.
I think Felix would have been happy to play that in Pats on the Astra. Should they play on
Doesn't
Astra
make sense for me. And I looked up, say, Cohesion. Like, there's no games on in Cohesion.
Yeah.
Why didn't just bring, like...
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just sure.
I think if Pats had said to Felix, I think Felix would have agreed to it.
Oh, 100%.
I think they'd love that pitch.
I'd say so, yeah. Pats mightn't agree to it, though.
I think it is so Felix more than Pats.
Yeah.
And Newark is a big pitch too, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a hard pitch.
It's a big pitch.
Sorry, there's a 35s game Saturday night as well, Domin Celtic versus Carnew. And in the Premier, Pats are away in the Premier Cup on this Sunday, Pats are away in the winners of Cohesion Newark, as mentioned. Next Friday, as we'll talk about them next Friday. James, or Paddy, throw in that jersey. Lads, there has been absolutely unbelievable demand for our latest jersey, Papa.
Yeah.
To the point where it's no longer limited edition. So here's So here's the scoop, Pop. This is the jersey that we had for sale. We are willing to keep the sales open. I think I actually sold like 29 of them or something like that. So if you're interested, contact the Instagram page and we'll order you a jersey, and it'll be about it's a slow off from China, so you might have it by the end of October. I'm only joking.
And for the new season.
Yeah. Couple of weeks is all it is. But that's the jersey there. If you want, I don't know if I'm in the right camera. There's so many cameras in here anyway.
Right, we'll see. Can we get it from this side as well, Podge?
Yeah. So that's the one. Oh no, it's over this way. Paddy's pointing over this way.
Where are we, Paddy?
Here.
Give us directions here.
There you go. Bang on.
Mirror the jersey, bud. Right beside the sign. Yeah. So look, that's there. We'll keep the orders open, lads. But you have to contact the Instagram page the next couple of days, and we'll get them on order for you. Other than that, Micko, thanks very much for coming on.
Pleasure, boys.
Pleasure, mate.
Absolutely delighted to have you on.
Wish you the best of luck in the first division next year. The right man at the helm to get them back.
Yeah, it'll be tough, but sure.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, the first, yourself, the first few games in that division is crucial.
Yeah, and I was looking up,
and it, it's more physical than
definitely. And I looked
football
up last year,
in terms, if that makes any sense. But
100%.
It's make your place a fortress, is what I think.
Yeah, and I
make it hard to beat down there.
I looked it up there. I was just sitting on myself thinking. I think 3 of the last 4 teams that come up from Division 1 are all played Astra. Vale come up, Felix come up, Burn come up. Oh no, I think 3 of the last 4 teams. Us, see, we were up for Grass, and then I think Vale come up after us, Astra. Felix were up this year, Astra. Burn come up last year, Astra. It's all Astra teams coming up.
Happy about that?
I'm delighted the Astros gone ahead. I said it from day one. I hate it.
What do you not like about it?
I think if you don't train on it, it's too quick for you when you go into it. You're not ready for it. You know what I mean?
Fair point, well made.
The bounce of the ball is completely different. Do you know? You might think a ball that'll run out over the end line. It won't run unless it's wet.
In the previous podcast, you have to.
Yeah.
The player has to be clever.
Yeah.
To take the bounce out of the ball. That means whether you're going to the ball.
Yeah, or dropping.
Or kill it straight. Like you just have to kill the ball straight away.
You see a lot of balls.
You have to be able to read that.
You see balls over the top in the Astro and they'll hit the first bounce and they'll nearly spin like a golf ball.
Yeah.
And they won't run
unless
it's wet. They'll run. And if you're not used to this, do you know, a lad will play a ball over the top and you think, that's going to go. He's gone past you, keeps the ball in. So it's, if you don't play on it, and we don't have an Astro to train on, we do up in Coon too, but it's not like the Astros, here. But if you don't train or play on it, so now I think next year, Pat's B are in Division 1, are they?
Yeah.
I think that might be done the Astro turf pitch.
Is that all grass after that?
You'll have
Slaney,
Ballymurphy, Ballinglass gone up.
Ballinglass, all grass, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tough.
So,
well, I can guarantee you one thing, Micko. There's not a team in the division, no matter where they're from, will want to go to Killree.
No, when you're around.
No.
I can promise you that.
Yeah, and you can
keep them scramblers going down there, won't you?
I'd leave me alone. Yeah,
it's like a scene from Mad Max.
I thought it was in Ballymun.
Send the boys down the hell out. We'll try to intimidate these lads. The problem was when they done it was against Bankstown. They're all well used to it.
I think it'll be a bigger division as well, will it? Just thinking of it there.
Has to be there, doesn't it?
What's it, 16 there now?
They'll
surely go to 7. They'll surely go to an 8, will it?
They should do. I think they should. Like 6 teams, the way playing each other 3 times.
I think it's stupid.
It's madness because. Let's be honest. If you play each other 3 teams next year, you're praying to God you get 2 at home.
I'd like to
see the teams that are up there with you.
The amount of points team picked up at home by having an extra game at home against teams.
Yeah.
Well, I was sure. Yeah, it's a full point. Yeah.
Well, we won't be working out like Pete did here with his 2.8 or 2.5 points per game. I couldn't believe it was this to him.
Moneyball Dorgan.
Oh, lad. I done the complete opposite when we won Division 1. I just looked and thought, right, where I think we had Mill Celtic, I think it was. We played 2-1-2, they played 4-1-4. We were going up to Mill. I said, here, bet these now. And win or 2 games.
I just look around the field. Yes. I got 11.
Bet these now. Win or 2 games. We go 6 points clear of them.
Yeah. Quick maths. But sure, look, different strokes for different folks.
That's exactly.
As my mother always says.
We saved about €900 then on referee fees.
Yeah.
That costs us 900 extra this year as well.
What?
The linesmen. We went from paying €35 a game 2 years ago to 80 quid a game each.
No way.
It works out about 900. It's 900.
What do you charge the players extra
5
for?
each. But you have to have 16 players week in, week out just to cover the refs.
Oh, you're going to be down.
Now, look, we normally have to save up the few bob and go on a session at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Count it up there. They're there with Derek. We have €76 left over.
No, but it's the truth, yeah.
They go a session in Pound World. That's the only place we go on for a session.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, it costs us 900 extra last year on referee fees.
We played Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday in the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah, €240.
Gone. And they were like, this is some haul. No, Trevor does the money for us. Said, this is crazy, man.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of money, innit?
Do you think it's worth it, though?
I think the idea is good. I don't think it worked. I still think
monetary wise.
Look, the problem is, no problem. The money is there, and our club are brilliant. It didn't bother me. I rang Paul Gardner. He said, "Look, we need money. Yeah, no bother. How much you want? There you go. Have enough."
Gotcha.
He always covered the refs. I think some of the refs. This is nothing against the refs. I think some of them are still a bit raw. Like, you know what I mean, using the flag and.
I'll make a statement, and I think a lot of people will probably lynch me for it. I genuinely think for it to work, the assistant referees, as they're called, have to be the same standard as the referee in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and
I think that was, and this without saying there weren't. I just think for it to be 100% accurate and correct, the 3 officials had to be of the same level.
Yeah, the maths problem I had was they're trained their best. Don't get me wrong, they were trained their best. They were, and I think the idea was good.
They are trained, Mick, but what Podge is saying is, call a spade a spade. It's just, if some linesmen referee the game wouldn't be at the same standard as the referee that referees the game.
Yeah.
That's as simple as that. And there's no disrespect on that.
No.
Like, there's loads of snippets in my mind looking back at
you go ref.
No, exactly.
I wouldn't do it for
diamonds.
No, 100%.
But it's just, whether it's their age or they had too long after their own way of going on about their referee game.
Their habits.
It's just, like you pick up your golf club in the pitch and putt.
Yeah.
You have your habits. You have your towel on this side. You have 1 tee or 2 tees or 2, whatever you have. It's your habits.
Yeah, and
they do the same when they're doing the refereeing. It's their habits.
Like the big bug me this year was if a foul happened 10 yards into our half and you said to the linesman, it's not my half the pitch.
Yeah. That to be fair, that probably is a rule. But
yeah, I know it is a rule.
Your example isn't wrong.
Yeah.
Like I've seen occasions where something egregious would have happened, and you're saying to yourself, "Why hasn't he flagged that?"
Yeah.
And it was in his half.
Yeah.
Like I seen something happen in a game, or last game there in the cup against Vale, and I was thinking to myself, "How did the linesman not see that?"
Yeah.
Now, be it intentional or deliberate, whatever it was, it doesn't matter. It's something that happened that wasn't picked up.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself,
3 officials.
what's the point?
Yes.
So obviously you can't blame the referee because he's following the game. So that's happened there. He's following the game. But surely the linesman's got to see that.
Yeah, has a kind of one on the ball and one on what's happening inside him.
I'm saying to myself, for me, as a fan, not even involved, as a fan, for it to work, the 3 of them have to be the same level. Like we were at a game. I can't remember what game it was. Do you know that flags have a button in them?
Yeah.
So the linesman was actually pressing the button for throws. He wasn't pointing which direction. So he put the flag in the air and pressed a button. So it's beeping. So the referee's turning over and he's like,
I think,
which way is it going, man?
I think that was a massive problem at the start now. You know, like with simple things like the offside. Like we know, like flag over that way, up, middle, near side. They were just putting the flag up.
Yeah.
No one knew who's offside.
Yeah.
Is it your man over here, your man here, your man here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Automatically the whistle goes and then you're like, oh no, it's in line with the ref. Yeah, but it's in line with the linesman. Yeah, but is it over here, here, or here? Like, do you know? And I do like, and I think they're trying their best to get better at.
It's a fantastic
Which, you know,
initiative.
it is.
They
It's
tried.
been-
They're up in the Platts training, like doing their lines. Like,
Great
you know,
idea.
and they were.
Yeah.
In fairness, they were.
Yeah,
There
but
was
for a
8 or
county-
9 of them there.
For a league the size of Carlow, for me, they are miles ahead.
Yeah, they are.
In a queer lot of ways.
yeah, they are.
And the fact that they've brought in that idea was absolutely outstanding and groundbreaking. But you have to look at the negatives and positives and everything to push them forward. And I'll say it again for the 5th time. The only way that works is if they're all the same level. Great idea.
Yeah.
Principle is savage. But if you want to get the proper results of it, hey, they have to be the same
I
level.
do think though.
You wouldn't have the game without them, though, Patch.
No,
Correct.
I do
Correct.
think some like with me now personally with our team, I think some of the players had to take responsibility. They couldn't get used to playing with the linesman. No one knew when you're running back with your arm. How is he? That had to stop like because the linesman is doing it, and do you know? And then all of a sudden you're trying to hold a tight line. I remember when we played without the linesman there the other night. Like lads are breaking lines. You're thinking he's offside, and you're looking across, and our lads are looking across.
Yeah. No,
It's not
I know.
linesman. Do you know? So
Yeah.
And I think the likes of your new walks now who are used to the bigger games with the linesmen in the Leinster Cups and all that, they had a massive head start on us as well. Like, you know, and just by they're playing with the linesmen a lot more than we were. And then when we went out, we were like, then you're looking at the linesman. Why are you looking at? Do you know? And there was a couple of decisions I thought with against us where, like the one against Parkville at the near the end of the season where we took a shot, but the minute the ball was hit, Docks ran. And he was so far onside, but when the keeper saved it, came back out, Docks tapped in, then the flag went up because the linesman thought he's offside.
Yeah.
But he only reacted from when the Docks was on the ball.
Yeah.
Do you know? But he had ran in, and look, it's a hard job. They're trying to get right.
But
It's a great idea, but
from a coaching perspective, just to touch on one there, from a coaching perspective, I think it's great to have linesmen because it gives your back four balance and it gives them a good line of view.
it does.
You know, so as you said, they're not focusing on giving the show, which isn't a bad habit either, but they're kind of focusing on, right, where's the linesman?
Yeah.
Is he following us? So he's lined, so we know if he treads, he's gone, so don't have to worry about him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Do you know, so from that perspective, we went on a rabbit hole there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah. Anyway, it was £1,700 next year, we won't be.
yeah. He was saving a few bob.
Yeah.
Ampifi, James, Paddy, Gur Mila Mahagut, you're absolutely fantastic. Thanks so much for the use of the facility. People who are listening, thanks very much. What do you think, Pop?
Sure, you're a wonderful presenter, you are.
You don't know what is wrong with him. when are you due your next holiday?
Next Thursday.
I fucking tell you one thing. I'd nearly pay for you to get a flight now. Because you're not but a fucking scourge on society. You're the cyanide run through the veins of
Imagine
Carlow
where we're
soccer.
going to feel about Juno on Saturday after playing 4 hours of golf with you.
No.
Now, tell you one thing. That is law.
Well, sure it is.
No,
law.
you've
Is
gone
it
real
true?
law there.
No, it's the
I
truth.
told you 3 weeks ago.
I don't pull any
you're not
punches with you, you
replaceable.
know that.
But
Give up the golf and come pitching, but.
yeah, I might do, yeah.
It's about as far as he hits it, so it is.
Go way over that last time I pledged you to get an Uber to you all, so you did. Anyway, thanks so much, listener. Support's fantastic. Sorry about Papa, I do apologise. And as always, that's not my podcast.
Not my
It's
podcast.
Carlow Soccer's podcast, your podcast. Good luck and God bless.
Super stuff. Well done, son. Thanks, mate.
That's full
Well done.
time
Good stuff.
on this episode of the How Is He podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. For more information, contact Shane@currasports.com or check out their website, currasports.com.